Hi, and welcome to Unfinished Business, Night of Long Darkness. That's right, folks. It's part 2 of a holiday special. Last episode, I did a bad job of introducing our guest star. I don't know how it's been edited, but it wasn't great. So, Unati, if you could please introduce yourself and promote any and all projects, socials, all the things, you may know me from, whatever you would like to do, that would be so wonderful.
Awesome. My name is Unati. My pronouns are they, them. You may know me from Three Black Halflings, Honorary Halfling, Wednesday, some other telly as well. You can find me on Instagram at Luyanda Lewis-Nyawo or on Twitter at LUL Lewis Nyawo. All the names capitalized, no hyphen. Over on Twitter, I guess. And you can find me on Blue Sky as well if you just search Luyanda. I'm around there as well. I'm really excited to play with you guys.
Oh, also, before we go any further, I wanted to shout out my friend Brian Hoffman, who is different than friend of the show Brian, who you guys will be seeing in a little bit. Brian Hoffman is the original mind behind the Barazi family. He actually created the character of Aestus, the little boy that we all love, as like a grown person and character for a different like work D&D thing that I ran for like 2 sessions, and then everyone was like, this is fun, but we're over it. But Brian never actually got to play Aestus. So I brought the Barazi family in also for him because he is a big fan of the show as well. And I appreciate that he watches all of our stuff. And I wanted to shout it out as, like semi his intellectual property. I don't know how that works, but I hope you enjoy this, Brian. We also have another Brian, Brian Flatley. If you want to open up hop on that video call. Hey!
Hello.
Hey.
This friend of the show, Brian, is going to be helping me run some NPCs in combat today. Unless y'all avoid combat and we don't do it at all. But I don't think that we're gonna. We'll see. But he is going to help me run some people because sometimes I make my combats a little much and then I get really tired and I don't do a good job DMing. So we're trying to normalize semi-outsourcing when you feel like your skills aren't up to snuff. I don't know. Normalize getting help. So Brian's gonna help a little bit later on. So you'll see him. And when you don't see him, we're gonna just have that box empty below me. So thank you, Brian. Do you want to say anything about yourself or socials or?
No, just long time watcher, first time caller.
Fantastic. All right, great. Thanks, Brian. We'll see you in a little bit. You can close down. That's all the intro stuff that I have. Who would like to do the internal recap of what happened last time?
Well, I'll do the music if someone wants to say things. Boo, 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 doo, boo, boo,
really fast. So we were, I can't think of it that fast. We were all hired to protect this very expensive egg during the Night of Long Darkness by Barazi. And then we did a whole bunch of things. Jax befriended the son of Barazi's son, and found out that his wife is pregnant.
One more thing I wanted to note really quick. Sorry, the Countess.
Yes.
Was dressed like the egg.
Yeah.
Or her dress was reminiscent of the egg. She was not literally like.
It was reminiscent of the egg. It wasn't full egg.
She was not wearing an egg costume.
No.
We have not met Lord Barazi, but everyone hates him because he's terrible.
Everyone hates him.
Yeah, he sounds really horrible.
I think we probably have met him, but we didn't meet him in game.
Didn't meet him in game. Yeah. Correct.
And now you have to say, and now we're all caught up.
And now we're all caught
up. Perfect. Oh, we're back. I'm a mess. Okay, welcome to Param. We've already been here, and we're back, and it is just about the sunset. The sun is going to set. All of the nobles and guests of Lord Barazi are out on the front lawn for the lighting of the grand candle that is definitely not compensating for something. And about Lord Barazi is a metaphor ever, for sure, ever.
Does
The
the window in our little room have a view of this?
It does not. It leads towards the back of the estates.
Just curious.
Yeah. If any of you want to sneak out to try and see the ceremony, you certainly can do that if you want. Yeah. So you can hear the revelry from outside. Everyone cheers when the candle is lit, and says an obligatory fight back the darkness sort of chant together. It's less of a chant and more they just say that. And then everybody comes in for the party, and music starts up. You can hear it from the hallways, laughter, talking, and Bette and Figaro open the doors so that the guests can begin promenading and seeing the egg as they go about other things. Also, while the guests are filtering in and out, the servers who have got different canapes and different drinks and stuff are also coming in and out of this room. So you guys can grab canapes and drinks as well if you would like.
Definitely going to do that.
Yeah.
Also, I think I am going to post up close to the door just to be like, I am a burly guard person and I am in this room with you with this valuable object.
I think I'd take the other side of the door so they have to go through two large things.
Yeah. And I'm also gonna position myself opposite of wherever Vidani is to be as far away from Vidani as possible.
Cute.
Fine. I'll be on the other side of the room.
It's because we did a job recently where we had to pretend to be at a couples retreat, and we fake got married, but it actually was a real getting married that neither of us knew about, and so now we are married to each other. Whoops. And Simon is not happy about it.
Vidani will be across the room then. I'll stand I guess kind of over by across from the servants' entrance in that corner. So windows to my right, service entrance across from me. And yeah, just scanning the whole room, trying to look unsettling in my mask, which I think she usually does anyway, but she's leaning into it more than trying to just disappear.
You guys want to have an intimidation off and see who's the most intimidating in the room?
Absolutely.
Not gonna be me, probably.
I mean, I think it would be really very funny if I lost this. So
all just using charisma?
If you guys want to use your strength instead of your charisma, you can.
I'm just going to use my intimidation because I have bonuses to that.
Well, but that would be if you're proficient.
Charisma bonus, because intimidations is one of the skills you've taken, right?
Yes.
So you can use instead of what your charisma bonus to that skill would be, which is already in the math and D&D Beyond. You do proficiency bonus plus your strength bonus.
Oh, that's better. 14.
Okay.
15.
Oh. So I think he's sort of looking over his shoulder, trying to clock you, and every time he sees your mask, he's just sort of like,
I'm married to that.
I got 20.
So. Nice, Slapdash.
I am definitely hiding.
Okay.
Nice.
Give me a stealth check.
Yeah, and I want to be hiding from is there any way for me to get above anything? Is it are there beams? It's fine if there's not.
There are no beams that could be Heidi beams. The ceiling
under a bench.
It's the ceiling is more like one of those where you've got like if there was a light hanging down, it's got like the circular filigree thing that sort of works itself out from there. So it's
Got
a
it.
decorative ceiling.
Okay.
There's no light that hangs down, so it's just like a decorative circle bit with things.
Okay, so then I'm just gonna stand and try to hide in any area that is like has shadow shots casted on it, right? Because like we're trying to get light on the egg, and I just want to be like wherever there's shadow or a drape or whatever.
The curtains for the windows are pretty heavy, so that little corner between the tapestry where the servants' entrance is and where the curtains are, you'd have the best shot hiding in there, and then also that way you would be the first to know if anybody was trying to get in through that.
In from there. Yeah. Great. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So give me a stealth check to see how hard you crush this.
Okay. Yes, that is a 29.
Great. Cool. Fantastic. You all question if Jax is even in the room still. You're pretty sure that they are.
Bye.
I also, if anyone gets like too close to the egg, like closer than is appropriate for just walking by or viewing, or if they like linger too long, they're gonna hear in their minds, like, please step away or keep moving. And I can do this. I have a 30-foot telepathic radius, so
great.
I can go through. What?
Evil Alexa. I love
it.
There are a couple people that you do get with that, and they're very startled when they hear your voice in their head and then look around and are like, but most of the people who are coming in and out are just like, oh, ha, 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 we're drinking. It's so exciting. Everyone's got masks on, but they're like they're not hide my identity masks. They're more like, wow, look at how cool I look kind of masks. So with your descriptions of people, Jax, you still were able to like tell who everybody was because it's less they're not necessarily face obscuring things.
Okay, great. Okay.
And yeah. All right, Slapdash, where are you in the room?
On the opposite side of the door from
yes. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay. After a little while, you hear this tinkling laughter down the hallway. Oh, Lady Barazi, you are too much. I'm so glad that I came. And Lady Barazi and a woman that you recognize from the list as the Lady Hedel Maritza, who is the cousin. Hedel Maritza. Heddele.
Heddele. Yeah.
Maritza, Mirizza.
Mirizza. Got it.
Who is a cousin of the Duchess Cressida's. She's a cousin of the Duchess Cressida. Duchess Cressida is the king's sister-in-law.
Cressida, king's sister-in-law. Got it.
And she goes, oh, I can't believe that the king, as she's turning the corner and coming into the room, and she's just like clung to the lady's arm. She's like, oh, I can't believe that the king forbade his entire family from coming to this party this year. Luckily for me, I'm just a cousin from Norvas, so I can pretty much go where I want without getting in trouble. And I'm so glad I came today to see this egg. And they enter the room and they start doing a turnabout the place.
I'm gonna stay hidden.
Right.
As they come through, I nod to her and say, "As expected, whatever fucking voice I say it in.
Got it.
As expected, the dress is magnificent to see in person.
Thank you so much.
Only made more beautiful by the one wearing it."
Simon rolls his eyes.
Be careful how loud you say that. I'm sure her husband won't want to hear such words.
Compliment the lady of the house is to compliment the house itself.
I guess that's true. You do look lovely, my dear. I'm so glad we're friends. And Lady Barazi is just like, and she takes Heddle up to the egg. Like, this is the egg, my husband's most prized possession. And they look at it for a little while, and Pennell's the servant. Heddle looks around the room, looks at all of you guys, and she's just like, well, let's dance, and leads her back outside. Other courtiers come in, no one else who is as obnoxious as that woman, and the evening passes along pretty well without any incident. The servants come in for the changing of the candles for the first changing. And can one of you roll for me just a d20, a flat d20 for how well the servants do the first shift? Unati, do you want to take that outside your hand?
Not one.
Oh, no. All right. So
Excellent work.
great. Sorry, that's my dice to your dice. The servants who come in to do the first change out of the candles, at the first candelabra, they wind up tripping over their own feet to try and get to where the candelabra is and careen into it. The person who is closest to this candelabra, can I get a roll between Slapdash and Simon for roll off to see
Just
which
like a d20.
Yep. D20 roll.
5.
11.
All right, it is the candelabra in front of Slapdash. So Slapdash, what would you like to try and do in order to make sure this doesn't happen? Vidani, since you are a super fast monk who can move 300 feet in 6 seconds, you will also have the opportunity to try and help with this.
Is the servant tripping forward past me?
Forward past you onto the candelabra. So if I am you, they're doing one of these.
I'm grabbing the back of the servant's shirt.
Okay. Give me a acrobatics or athletics, dealer's choice.
27.
Great. You grab him by the scruff and lift him up off the ground. The servant drops the candles that they're holding, but the candelabra does not fall over.
And I actually wanted to say that Vidani's when this happens, Vidani moves up next to the egg and specifically is like not watching the commotion and is instead watching the rest of the room around the egg.
When I have him by the
you have him by the scruff.
I have him by the scruff. Turn him around so I can see his face. Do I recognize him? Is this a servant that we know?
Yes, you guys know the servants who are changing out the candles. This is Bellin. Bellin is a older half-elven man. Bellen.
Bellin, are you what's going on? Nope. What is going on with your feet there, fellow?
They just, this is a very important job, and I guess they got tangled up in each other.
Are you ill?
No.
Are you feeling any different? Did anyone scare you on the way in? Anything unusual happening?
Roll me an insight check.
Real fast.
What'd you get for your perception? Real fast?
I got a 15, but I meant to ask, and I forgot if I would have been able to get a short rest before we.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
yeah. You came back to that room. You've been in there a while. All right.
The 23 insight.
when he says no to the question about feeling ill, something seems off to you about that, like he's lying a little bit. But you're not 100% sure why, because it seems like he's not 100% sure why he feels it. He's like, something's going on with him, but he's like, I don't know.
I'm gonna say, Simon, let's pause the lines for a moment.
He's gonna nod and go up and close the doors for a little bit.
And then say, and Simon, would you watch the egg, Vidani? Can I borrow you?
I'm gonna walk back and he's gonna turn around and just look at the egg. Be like, this is the most boring job ever.
Amazing at it though, Simon.
Yeah, I'll go over.
And I'll just say, Vidani, this man is not feeling himself. Do you sense anything?
I will do a medicine check. 15.
You give him a once over, you ask him a couple of questions, and he tells you that his stomach has been feeling off since about mid-afternoon, and he's not sure if it's just like nerves, because this is the first year that he's had any sort of candle duties in addition to his regular stuff. Normally he's just a footman who greets and like ushers the carriages and the horses around and helps with that whole organization of this party. But this year, since he is getting older, they decided to put him on an interior house job instead of an exterior job.
Sure. It is good that they are treating you well as you're getting older, but did you eat anything different today?
Just food from the kitchen.
Sure. Did the other servants who did not trip, they eat the same food?
I guess so. I ate with them, so I...
That's fair. Well, we're just, you understand we are being very, very, very cautious. It would be a horrible thing for the egg to go missing, right?
Yes.
I don't get the sense from my medicine check, like, I don't know. Does it seem like maybe he was poisoned, or does it just maybe seem like I don't really sense anything too off?
For that, I think you would need to do like a specific detect poison or like one of your remove poisons to see if anything could be removed in that manner, to really check and see if it's poison or his piece of cheese was bad, or...
Can I insight check him for his response to whether he cares about the egg? Ooh, deja vu.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a couple mint leaves out of my herbalism kit to chew on, and that's it. I'm just gonna give him a couple of mint leaves to chew on.
I got a 21.
You get the sense that he does not want anything to happen to this egg because it would cause chaos in this house.
Cool.
He thanks you very gracious. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Of course.
I was right about you.
Sorry?
Oh, I just heard that you helped the lady earlier, and then you're
kind
of mad.
Yes. No, Vidani is very talented. If you are continuing to be feeling unwell, we do have a job to do, so I'm sure there is a physician on staff somewhere that you can visit, yes?
Oh, yeah, yes, yeah. I'll get these candles switched for you now. And he goes about his job.
Once he's done,
if you do continue to feel unwell, make sure you assign your duties to one of the other servants that we are familiar with.
Someone who has been vetted.
Okay.
If you feel unable to continue your duties.
Sure, of course. Thank you. He says,
"Oh, not go back."
Goes on his way. Yeah.
I'll open the doors again.
All right. At this point, we're about 2 hours into the party. Longest night of the year. Sunset's pretty early. Candles have been switched out. At this point, Aestus comes sneaking into the room because there's been a lull in the party goers because the feast is going on. And he's just like, hello, is Jax here? He like pulls on Simon's shirt.
That will be up to Jax to decide whether or not Jax is here.
Who are you?
As the young lord of the house. Oops, sorry.
Oh, you're muted, Unati.
I'm just gonna stick my head out before a giant lion kills a child, like scares a child. Just gonna go, over here. Very much over here.
Hello. Skips over to you. Do you like my party outfit?
It looks really, really cool, big guy. So what you doing over here?
Oh, well, I just wanted to say hi before I go to my hidey hole and watch the party.
Okay, well, that's cool. Okay, hi, I hope you're doing good. You look great. I want you to go as fast as you can to your hidey hole and go watch the party from there because we're doing a big important job.
Right. Yeah. Father doesn't want anyone to get this egg.
No. And I don't want you getting hurt. So run to the hidey hole.
Is it dangerous?
Oh, there could be bad guys afoot. I need you to keep your eyes open and spy for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
He will take off back out of the room and
The heir apparent to the lordship.
Right.
Just reminding.
Seems small.
I think he has many more years before he will be the lord, but maybe he will have a big growth spurt.
I just got very nervous that he's gonna get kidnapped, and that's the actual mission.
I'd be very, very upset, and I would
Yep.
hunt them down and
Yep.
kill them all.
Yep.
Once he leaves, I'm gonna like sort of acknowledge Jax and be like, "What's with using strays anyway?"
What? He's cute. He's got no friends.
Just more mouths to feed, you know?
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll make sure you get your fair share. He's little. Okay. And then I go back and hide.
Nobles, they don't really always treat their children very well. It's sad.
No, they don't. Just
Poke your head back.
Where'd
no,
you
they
be?
really don't.
Hate it when she does it.
Never ask for anything, but never really get anything you want either.
Rachel, also just a side note, Vidani had some like of her own personal rations that she brought like before the party started, and I have not been eating any of the food being passed around or anything.
Is important to you, so I'll make a note.
It doesn't matter. I'm just in case it becomes important.
Slapdash, have you been eating the food or are you eating food?
Don't make us all suspicious now, Rachel.
I had the breakfast, but I haven't been
only had breakfast. Okay.
Yeah. I have been eating all of the food.
Me too. Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
All right. Jax, you said you were a cook, or that all your characters are usually cook-like?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to roll for me at advantage
Mm-hmm.
A survival check or a cook's utensils check or whatever you've got proficient in that you feel more correct about?
Okay, cool. Hang on.
For these canapes.
So I've got cook's utensils, which means I've got proficiency in them. So what do I do with that again?
Let's just add your proficiency. You know what? Let's add together your proficiency in charisma, and we'll make like a fine dining check. so that you can tell the others what they're missing out on.
Okay, cool. So that's +8. So that's gonna be an 18.
Ooh, an 18. All right.
Yeah.
These are some of the best hors d'oeuvres. It's not like the best that you've ever had, because you've definitely stolen from places that were like stars worthy. But this is very good. Like, you can tell that a lot of the money that he's probably bankrupting himself with has gone to this food. And since you have a discerning palate and you do remember that the sauce guy was like, he seems to be the weak link in the kitchen, the only like canapé part of the stuff that you're like, oh, this, if they had a better guy, it would really be elevated, is the sauce. It just tastes a little bit like
the sauce guy. I don't trust him.
The sauce guy.
Poor sauce guy. Just has anxiety.
Yeah, right. He's just really nervous, and we're all like, nah, nefarious infiltrator. Like that Peaky Blinders episode.
So from like behind the curtains, you kind of hear a really sort of detailed review of all the delicious food you're missing out on, between like mouthfuls. And also really, there's some of the greatest cheese in the area. Just stuffing their face completely.
I'm sure there'll be leftovers.
Not if I have anything to do about it.
No, between Jax and Simon, I think our chances for leftovers, there's looking slim.
That's true.
Mention all these nobles. Some of them are putting away a decent amount of food.
Okay, so the next time they bring hors d'oeuvres through, I'm gonna take one and I'm just gonna like wrap it and put it in my pocket.
Okay, all right.
Whichever one Jack sounded the most excited about when they tried to go.
Okay, yeah. Excellent. You got it. You got it in your pocket. You got pocket hors d'oeuvres.
Thanks.
Okay. The next few hours, the hours continue to pass, and you get the sense that if someone is going to come and try and steal something, they're going to do it towards the deepest, darkest hours of the night, and not necessarily the first few. Doesn't seem like they're going for the first few of the party. They're going to wait probably till people are more drunk and less on guard, and etc., etc. So is there anything that you guys would like to do during this time besides your jobs?
When there's a lull in people, I think Simon is gonna go, so I don't think anyone will do anything, but if they did, probably be like really late. Should we close the doors when that happens?
Oh, you also remember there is going to be a fireworks display at some point. Just throughout the night. I wrote that in the brief, but then like that's one of the big events of the evening besides the dancing and stuff. So I just wanted to put that back on everybody's radar. Sorry. Simon,
does that coincide with the darkest time of the night, or is it at a different time?
It will, because it'll be the best time to see the fireworks.
Got it.
Okay, got it.
So, yeah.
Are we allowed to like close doors basically?
Yeah, you're allowed to close the doors and take breaks if there's a little lull. And Bet and Figaro will. That's part of the reason why they're out there as well, to prevent people from coming in if you feel like something is going to happen or things need to be closed off or something like that.
It makes sense when the fireworks start, we close the doors. If there is a complaint about it, we can say, no, we're encouraging people to go see the beautiful fireworks display that the Lord worked very hard to spend the money to make. So
yeah,
I think that's
fair. That is reasonable, and we will give us a bit more of a secure perimeter. I was like Bet, Figaro, is that that's good for you?
It's good for us.
Beautiful. Love when everyone is working together.
Cool.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Simon. I realized that I forgot to bring that back up, and
no, that's great. It was important.
It's gonna be important.
I think so. I think we close the doors during the fireworks because that's when there's bound to be the most commotion or distraction happening elsewhere. And then I would say darkest part of the night, just keep an eye out.
Always.
And if we start feeling uncertain, we can close the doors.
I think as well, like we have to have one person whose eyes are absolutely at all times only on the egg. And then like there should be no point at which the egg isn't being watched. Because like magical people could be about as well. So I think that like from Jax's vantage point, they're just gonna watch the egg and nothing else. Like they aren't taking their eyes off of that while they have their snacks. They're just looking at the egg. Because they've got the entrance behind them, they feel like they'll be at least be able to hear if someone's walking down that passageway. So eyes front and center.
Okay.
I'm mostly watching the eggs. The only times I'll notice people as I'll like watch people as they get close to the egg. And then every once in a while, I'm going to check the windows and make sure that the fabric hasn't fallen or anything. No one invisible has climbed through without us noticing.
All right.
Oh,
then.
hang on a minute. Jax is going to cast see invisibility on themselves.
Nice.
Okay.
How long does that last?
I'll tell you right now, 1 second. An hour, but I mean, like, so I guess we need to negotiate. When do we think is best?
Probably during the fireworks.
Either during the fireworks or darkest.
Okay, cool. So holding that action to be triggered the second it's the darkest point of the night and the fireworks start going off. Okay. That is the moment Jax will cast see invisibility on themselves.
Right, great.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So we've got that prepped. Is there anything else anybody wanted to be doing in prep for when the fireworks are going to go off?
I don't think so.
Okay. You can see from your window everybody gathering in the back lawn for the fireworks display. It looks like everybody is out there to watch this thing go down. And I am going to need Jax and Simon to roll Constitution saving throws for me. Jax, you're at disadvantage.
At disadvantage because I ate all the food, didn't I?
Is this real? Are you just messing with us? Is this real?
They're having to do Constitution checks, so I guess we'll find out if either of them fails and something happens.
I got a 21.
Okay.
I got a 17.
All right. For a second, you feel a little gurgling in your stomach, but it's nothing you can't handle. Good job, Swan.
Okay. Yeah, I've eaten a bunch of stuff out of some weird places.
Yeah, we're both like, we've eaten Rami before. We're fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay.
We've eaten literal garbage. It's
fine. I will eat anything.
But from outside of the door, you hear a thump on the ground, and Bet just go, Figaro! And at that moment, the fireworks display goes off outside. And I need perception checks from everybody who said that they were going to be looking outside the windows at times.
I don't think it's me.
I was checking.
Were at some points, yeah.
I was like checking the windows every once in a while. It's like, does that count?
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
Wow.
Bad.
Okay.
What?
I got an 8.
8?
I rolled natural 2.
I've got a -1 to my perception, so I got a 13.
Okay. Simon, you notice that being part of the circus, you have seen at least one fireworks display, even if it was like rough and tumble, illegal kind of fireworks display, but you've seen one. So you know generally that fireworks are not meant to go horizontally across a lawn, and they're meant to go straight up into the air. And you notice a couple of fireworks are just going rogue. And there is a lot of screaming happening on the lawn. At this point, the rest of you clock that because it's hard to miss. But Simon is sort of the one who notices it first. Once the screaming happens, you guys sort of all...
I think Simon is going to grab his great axe and be like, there's trouble out there. I'll stay here.
I think we should.
I think we should.
I think I'm going to stick my head out the door and say, Bet.
You see that Bet is kneeling down next to Figaro, slapping his face, trying to wake him up.
Apologies from me. We cannot be helping him right now, and I'm closing the doors with us inside the room.
But I'm sorry, what did you say? What was the whole thing?
I said, our terrible apologies. We cannot be helping him right now.
Like, should I come in with you? Like, you close the door in her face. Okay.
I'm closing the door. I'm saying you take care of Figaro. We will be in here. Holler if someone is trying to kill you. So.
Good luck, buddy.
All right. With that,
I'm gonna move over next to the egg.
Okay, I'm gonna have everybody roll initiative.
Yay!
Okay. Oh yeah. 25.
I get advantage because barbarian things.
Oh my gosh, I rolled so many 2s.
Oh no. 25.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Got a +10 to initiative.
Damn.
Oh, I meant to say earlier, I've put my coat on. I've put my wondrous, ridiculous coat on.
Of all the items?
Yeah.
I got a 19 on initiative.
19. Jax, you got 25?
Yeah.
Slap?
16.
16. Vidani?
5.
All right. Jax, you are up first.
Shocking.
Nothing has happened yet.
Okay.
Yeah, except your see invisibility spell that you were holding.
Yeah.
So that I'm assuming that is, I can't remember if it's an action or a bonus.
I'll let you know in a second right now. Give me a sec. I think it's an action. See invisibility. 1 second. It is an action. Yeah, it's one action.
Okay, great. So then you are good. Simon, you are next.
So Simon was by the door. You're by the egg now, right, Vidani?
It depends if I was able to move before initiative started.
Yes, you are by the egg and then initiative started.
So then I think I'm gonna post up near the windows in the back, near one of the candelabras.
Near the one that is on the left close to Jax, or the one that is where Vidani was?
I think near the one that where Vidani was, like covering her area that she is no longer in.
Okay, so that'll be your movement. Did you want to do any action besides keeping eyes on the window? Are you holding your action for something?
I am gonna hold for if I see an opportunity to attack. I'm just gonna be at the ready.
Okay. All right. Slapdash?
I'm going to back up into the opposite corner from whoever picked the other corner.
So if you
actually
go into like the corner where you were before, then you'll have a person you'll have a person in the three of the 4 corners.
Okay, I'll do that.
By the egg. Okay. All right.
And then this is with the door like on the wall again that I'm against, right?
Yeah. So like if this is the door, you're over here.
Okay, great. So in theory, if someone came through the door, I would be behind them.
Be right there. Yeah.
Great. That is where I would like to be.
All right. Vidani.
I'm gonna make sure I'm by the egg on the corner where we don't have someone. So like over on the corner on the side where Slapdash used to be. And I am gonna reach out and touch the egg. And right now I'm just trying to establish that it's there.
It is there.
It's not like an illusion. Okay. And then yeah, I'm gonna keep one hand on it and I'm just gonna hold hold my action to like grab it if I feel it starting to move or like send someone in the vicinity.
Okay. Jax, I need you to make a perception check for me.
Got it. Perception. Okay. That is 19 plus 6. That's 25.
Excellent. With a 25, you notice the commotion outside of the windows of the people in the lawn. Half of the courtiers have fallen to the ground and seem to be getting up, and the other half of them are like pushing their bodies, trying to wake up their friends. And as you watch, you see some of them sort of begin to slump over as well. You don't see anything special with your invisibility yet.
Okay. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to relay the information that the defenses are falling down like flies. Everybody's going down. So something is happening. There is absolutely something going down. And I'm going to ask the question, do we guard it here or do we get out of here?
They're going to be expecting us to come here. We should leave.
We should leave. Yeah, yeah. This is our window.
Can somebody... Who would be a good person of us to just confirm that this is the real egg?
I can at least determine its value, whether the stones are real, whether the gold is real. In terms of maybe they have a duplicate that is just like exactly like the real thing, but has not the sentimental value, I'm not going to be able to determine that. But
I would say just establishing that it is, I don't know, that they didn't plan to decoy and not tell us. That would have been stupid, but...
Conversely, I was going to say we should have planted a decoy. That was probably one of the first things we think about, but...
Yeah.
It is what it is. Okay, so... I'm made of rock. Can I know about
You're very
rock?
familiar with rocks at this point.
I'm very familiar with rocks.
When we said you knew a lot about rocks.
I know a lot about rocks. Okay, wait, hang on. How about this? No, hang on.
Okay.
Because I have all of these rock spells, but none of them are like, know about a rock. Oh, okay. Here, I know what I'll do. I'm gonna come up to the egg, and I'm going to cast heat metal. Not to a hot temperature, just enough to warm it up, and I'm gonna see from observation and my knowledge of rocks and stuff if the gold is acting like gold.
Sure. Okay, give me... I don't want to keep just doing like investigation, perception, checks. So give me a nature check. That's another one that we can do.
Nature?
Yeah. Sorry.
So Vidani and Slap, you're by the egg right now? Cool. And Jax, are you in a corner or with them or what?
So I'm still holding my position, hiding, because I don't want to lose that upper hand and sneak attack.
Got it.
Should anything happen, but my other main concern is I probably want to get to Aster at some point.
I was thinking that too.
Like, I don't think staying here is a good idea.
I agree. I think once we confirm that the egg is the egg, we should move.
Get out.
I got a 17 on my nature check.
Excellent.
Woo-hoo!
This egg is behaving like a gold egg, and you can tell now that you're closer to it and have done the spell to it. The pearls and the gems are legit.
They are reflecting correctly.
Yeah, they're everything that he promised and said that they would be.
Okay, so I'll say, this egg is a real egg.
Who has a big enough bag to hold it?
There's literally, I think, everything in my coat. So 1 second. Let's see what I have.
Rachel, while they are going over this, I would like to sleight of hand to pull a couple of smoke grenades out of my bag and like pull the pins on them because they take a round to go off.
All right.
Okay. I think... Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I have a sack.
I reckon I've got a sack, and so I'm gonna say to Slapdash, like, if somebody needs to bolt, climb, run, backflip, stealth out of here with this egg, it's probably me.
Absolutely you.
I
There's
can-
no doubting this.
Probably run faster.
That's
I mean, yeah, you can absolutely run faster. I think. Okay, how's
can't
about
stealth.
this formula?
Well, I
Yeah.
actually can stealth.
Okay, if we formulate a plan of as quickly as possible, I know we've only got like 6 seconds around, but like if we formulate a plan of Vidana and I stay as near to each other as possible, and we are like the escape route with you being the last like port of call in terms of taking the egg off me and then running for like 300
I have
feet.
2 sacks. I'm going to put this lantern, which is about the same size as the egg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lantern is going in 1 sack. The egg is going in the other sack. Vidani has 1. Jax has the other.
Great. I will take the lantern.
If someone comes up on us, you both bolt. They don't know who
Yeah.
to chase. It's
As
Yeah.
they're still figuring out, I'm gonna throw the grenades.
Okay.
I guess we were
yeah,
going.
I'm
out
gonna
to
say
this.
I'm gonna say that planning that all together took at least 1 round, if not a round.
Yeah. Yeah.
Grenades will go off.
So Jax has the lantern. I have the egg.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to write that down too. Hold on.
Need to get rid of this lantern.
Jax has lantern.
Yeah, this is probably also good because I can see through all darkness, including magical. So
Okay, now just for everyone to know what is in my coat. Let's say maybe I said this earlier. I have 2 rowboats. I have 4 horses. I have a lot of rope, a lot of poles and ladders and daggers, and then I also have a window.
Okay, cool.
And
Awesome.
the battering ram.
Give the window to Leticia. That'd be good.
Cool.
oh, thanks. I
Oh,
can have
just
some now.
If you are needing any of these things, you let me know. I will pull them off of my coat.
Okay, cool. Great. We love that.
We go find we go find Astis and then hole up in one of the like hidden parts of the house.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea because Asis also has pretty good knowledge of the house. I just want to like get him to safety.
Before we go, is there anything anyone has that they can make look or maybe glamour to like the egg and that we can maybe leave it behind?
Yeah, I didn't pick that spell. I thought I'd give myself I thought I'd like nerf myself in one way.
Rachel,
yeah.
As soon as the grenades go off, I am going to I'm gonna do my daunting roar, which is a Leonin thing that I have. You all would recognize it as like something that I often do at the beginning of combat. It is a like creatures within 10 feet of me must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become frightened. And at this moment, I am choosing to use it against the rest of my party. So everybody's got to roll.
Absolutely.
Okay. Wisdom save. Wisdom save.
What? Why? What?
Because we're being double crossed.
Yes,
we're being
obviously.
double crossed. That is an 18.
You succeed.
Woo! And I'm mad as hell.
I have an 11. Let me know when I have an action I can take.
You fail.
I assumed.
Yeah. So you are frightened of me until the end of your next turn.
And I'll let you know where we're at. So this is gonna be Simon's turn, and then we'll get back into initiative order here since Simon has dropped this roar on you all. Slapdash, what did you roll? I couldn't hear you.
8.
8. Okay.
So you are also frightened of me until your next turn.
And Slapdash, it is now your turn. So you cannot get any closer to Simon. And
Wait.
attacks against him, I think, have disadvantage, is frightened.
If I become a different thing.
You'll still be frightened. But you'll be a different thing. And it's only till the end of your next turn, so you're almost not frightened anymore.
Okay. Where are we all in the room?
You were standing next to Vidani at the egg. I'm assuming because we've done this whole sack exchange that the three of you are close to the center of the room with the egg. Jax, would you say that's true or fair?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's where
Simon's standing
all by the pedestal where the egg was.
Yeah, and Simon's standing slightly separate from us.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Wall of Stone in between us and Simon.
Okay. Simon, you were in that little corner where the candelabra was by the windows.
Yeah.
And a wall of stone. So you can... How many feet is wall of stone?
It is 6 inches thick, and it can be as long... I'm putting it across the room, like it's gonna bisect the room. It can be 10 foot by 10 foot panels, so it can be 100 feet if I needed to, but I'm not...
Fantastic. Yeah, so you can separate this room. You can separate yourselves from Simon however you like.
That is how I just am going to do that.
Okay. Do you want to move?
Hang on, I might.
You got it. And you also have a bonus action. So you get action, bonus action, movement.
Oh, I didn't do a good job. So, hang on. I can do this as a... What? Hang on. What?
Is this a spell that you're doing because of druidy things, or is this a Earth Genasi?
I can't tell.
Okay.
It kind of seems to imply I could do it as a bonus action, but it doesn't say, so I don't think I can. I don't know how to play this game.
Erin, is this payback to win?
Maybe a little bit. This is fun.
Rude is what it is.
No, it's not. It's
That's
not
fair.
there. Okay, so then no, I can't also do that. So I'll just, I'll put the wall up and then turn to everyone and be like, "Why did you do that?"
Why?
Right?
You see, do I have time to respond, DM?
After Vidani's turn. So
Great, got it.
Again, you can do.
Yeah,
Got it.
Oh, and so then I will take steps towards the servant's door.
I'll just say first, you're his best friend, you tell us. And then
Servant's wife.
not real. And then so he's like, Simon's completely cut off from us with this wall, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I am not going to use my action to end my fear. Instead, I'm going to cast False Life on myself. Yes, and give myself 8 temporary hit points. And then as a bonus action, do I want to do that? No, as a bonus action, I'm going to do patient defense, which is basically taking the dodge action. And I will spend 8 key points for that. And then I will say, where do we want to go? And I will retreat to, I'll go to like the back of the room by the main, or the corner, the back corner.
Servant's door corner?
Like main entrance is on my right and the servant's door is like in front of me.
Yes. Okay, so you're with Slapdash by the servant's door. Jax.
I think that in this moment, like you see that Jax is putting 2 and 2 together, and is like incredibly hurt, but thinking really quickly on their feet, and as a reaction is just gonna yell at everyone to run, like we all have to get out of here. I think that's my reaction. As my action, what do I want to do? I don't. The thing is, like, it's a weird moment because I don't want to hurt Simon until I know for sure that he's done this.
Mm-hmm.
There's also, to be specific, there's a wall, so now you can't really do anything to him.
So, like,
I mean, I can take
wall-
my movement.
Is
But, like,
the
how
wall
high
just,
is the
like,
wall?
a sheet of like? Is it?
It can be 10 feet by 10 feet. So this wall has completely cut Simon off in the room.
Like,
Okay,
is
cool.
It as
So, like,
tall as the
it's-
ceiling.
Yeah.
Ceiling, floor to ceiling, wall to wall. You'd have to go out the windows, come in the other windows in order to get to Simon, or go. through the wall.
Are there any windows on my side?
Yes, there are
Yes.
on both sides.
So, DM, tell me if this is shenanigans. I am going to run to Vidana, switch sacks,
Okay.
and then I'm going to jump out the window
Okay.
and cast Featherfall on myself.
You are on the first floor, so you do not have to cast Featherfall on yourself.
Okay, so I think like I just want to run, like everyone run. There is no point in staying here, and I guess my end goal is I'm gonna wrap around the front to go and get the kid.
Okay.
But like we have to get out of this room now, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna jump out the window and just book it.
Okay. Are you guys following, Jax?
I think so.
Okay. I'm going to take us out of initiative order for at least a little bit here. You managed to run around the building and get to the closest entrance that you can that will get you back inside and to the ballroom area where Aestus has told you that he is hiding.
Okay.
It does wind up bringing you back. It doubles you back a little bit towards where that room was, but
Sure.
you're able to avoid it through the halls because you guys have a good knowledge of what is going on
In the building,
as far as the layout of this estate. And
Yeah.
as you are running there, you see the shadow of a small boy sort of running towards that room, and you can tell that this is Aestus.
I'm like panting, frantic, just yelling, Aestus! Aestus!
And he stops and goes, Jax! What's going? So people came.
Pardon?
They took Mama.
Who took Mom?
They took my Mama. I saw them in
Second guess.
the ballroom, and they did some kind of spell, and she's gone, and they took her.
He's the real treasure. I told you.
Okay, so I'm in a very Liam Neeson way. I'm gonna be like, I need you to describe exactly what these people look like. As to what they look like. And then I think like we need to still continue to get out of here, because if that Leonin gets out of that room, we need to leave. Like we still need to just get off this estate and regroup somewhere.
To be extremely specific, we were hired to guard this egg, right? What did our contract say? We are hired to guard the Lord's most great treasure? And the implication was that it was the egg? Or did the contract say you are hired to guard egg?
I was assuming egg.
Contract. Yeah. Contract.
Okay. So technically anything we are doing from here on out, we are guarding the egg. This is pro bono. So I just want to make sure everyone is on board with we will now be risking life and limb for some obviously we will risk life and limb for a child. That is no question there. But you know, now that we're going to be saving his mom. Just want to make sure everyone on board with that. No qualms.
Aestus has started crying now that he's like not running anymore and things are catching up.
It's gonna be okay, little man.
Slapdash, I need you.
away.
I get that you're like, you know, being practical, and I really love that about you.
No, I'm on board.
Okay.
I'm gonna do this. I just want to make sure before we get going that we are all on the same page. Before we are going and saving a whole bunch of other people, risking our lives, etc., that everyone is in this to win this. No one is going to have second thoughts, because we've already sort of had someone had second thoughts, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling pretty upset about that. So no more betrayals, no second thoughts. Let's go save the day, etc., etc.
Yes, yes.
Sounds good.
I'm like 50 feet away, looking back, sort of like the direction I would assume Simon would come from if he like also climbed out a window and then.
But Donnie, you are hearing me with your good ears, yes?
Yes.
All
You
right,
hear in your
good.
brain.
Yeah.
As always.
Just making sure, because you did stand pretty far away, but it's all good. We're good. Let's go save the queen or whatever.
Simon,
Yeah.
would you want to get out the window and follow them? What is Simon doing?
I want to get back out the window and then swing back into the room. I want to do like an athletics check to be able to do a circus thing to get back into the room.
Sure.
So athletics, 23.
All right, 23. With some circus training, you managed to swing yourself on the window frame and kick the other window in, shattering the glass, but ending up on the other side of the wall in the room.
Cool. At this point, have I heard everyone leave the room at this point?
100%. Yeah.
Okay. Then I am gonna go to the candelabras and knock them down.
Okay.
My specific contract was just to do the candelabras, right? Like that wasn't okay. So then I'm gonna leap back out the window and book it to whatever mount I had coming, or actually just like whatever mount is closest. And I'm gonna leave.
Okay. You
Never trust a cat.
Simon rides off into the night on a stolen horse from one of the nobles or characters. You don't know where it's from. It's a stolen horse. And the rest of you are in the hallway with Aestus, trying to calm him down a little bit so that you can get a full description of all of the people, or are you trying to calm him down a little bit so that you can leave to regroup somewhere else first?
So basically what I'm doing is that all of this is happening on the way, man. I'm like, Slapdash, get those horses out of your jacket. I'm like,
I want to know.
We're going, and
I want to know if he knows like
Yeah.
what direction they went. Like, is it possible that we could like track them from that spot, or was it like they teleported out type situation?
From what Aestus described to you, they teleported out.
Okay, cool. Then yes.
I'm gonna ask Aestus. I'm gonna say, your heir incumbentness, sir. Can you ride a horse? Do you like to ride horses? Excellent. That is very good news, because we might need to be going pretty quick, and not all of us can move as fast as Vidani over there. So I think we're gonna get some horses. Does that sound like something you would like to do? Excellent. I happen to have some horses in my jacket. Do you want to see how that works? It's pretty cool. You've probably never seen a jacket turn into horses before. Very few people have. Now, watch this. And then
All right, so you guys make it out to the front lawn, and you pop your 4 horses out of your jacket.
I'm just taking 3 horses out.
You pop 3 horses out of your jacket, and mount up.
I don't know why. No, I'm gonna take 4 horses out. He's 8. I'm taking 3 horses out. He can share the horse.
He's gonna ride on my behind with me. He's gonna ride in front of me, and we're gonna go.
Then I'm gonna have a switchback bags. Just if you're taking the kid, I'm gonna take the egg.
Yeah, that's all good. That's all good because I did switch them. Yeah. Great,
Okay.
great.
I also would, as I'm running away, just check to see if I can see them and see where they are.
Be a perception check.
Cool. This is
You
stupid.
can't be our friend anymore.
That's fair. It doesn't 5. So
You don't see them.
nope.
You are just focusing on riding away to
The safe
wherever
house.
you're-
Yeah.
to the safe house, yeah. All right, the 3 of you, you've got Aestus, and you are riding away to a place where you can safely reconvene, and that is where we are gonna take a break.
Yay!
Woo! Woo! Guys, we
Awesome.
did it. Excellent, lovely. All right.
Awesome.
You get some food too, folks at home, and we'll see you back here in a little bit. Thank you. Hey, we took a quick break. I think I said words about it before we took a break that were like official words for you, the viewer, but I might not have. We get better every time. So you're all riding back to the city of Coronada. Let me say it like a normal person. Coronada.
No, say it appropriately for your work.
Yeah, you made it up. It's not
I
a real
did.
thing.
I can say it however I want. You're right.
No one's gonna be offended if you mispronounce something you made up.
Yeah, I just have to commit to the mispronunciation, so that's on me. So you guys are all headed back to the city, and Simon, you are headed to the safe house.
Yes.
So really quickly, we're just gonna catch up with Simon the Betrayer.
Good nickname.
Simon, where's your brain space at? You're headed toward the safe house. Walk us through a bit of an internal monologue, if you could, please.
Sure. So, Simon, I think the overwhelming feeling that Simon has is just one, like a combination of like relief and adrenaline. Like his adrenaline is so spiked. He was so nervous about how everything was going to go and nervous about potentially having to fight his friends, and he didn't have to fight his friends, and it went kind of as well as it could have for him. And but he still is sort of like looking over his shoulder, sort of expecting people to be chasing him, like all of that kind of stuff. And is just hightailing it as quickly as possible to the safe house. He also is definitely feeling some guilt. And like Simon grew up in the street circus, and his job was sort of like keeping track of the animals and like and sort of training them and making sure that they were okay. And so he's like very attuned to when animals are scared, and he did not see any of his friends like at the last time things happened, but he did hear them and like could hear the fear in their voices, and especially with Jax, and is feeling guilty about that, but telling himself he doesn't care and sort of like pressing it into a corner and continuing to just focus on what he's doing as much as he can and riding as quickly as possible towards the safe house.
All right. After an hour or two, you get to this part of off of the Barazi grounds. There is a forested area, and in this forested area there is an old abandoned farm. The farmhouse itself has been, trees have grown through it by this point, fallen on it, it's in great disrepair, but the barn is still semi-functioning, and the barn is what they have directed you towards as the safe house. And you get the idea that the people that you are working for, the beggarmen, have been keeping this place in a state of repair to disrepair so that they can use it as a safe house. As you approach, the sort of moss and lichen covered outside greets you. There is a main doorway entrance that they told you to go in to collect your bounty for knocking over the candles. There are a couple of there are like two high windows, the doors in the front, and then there would be doors in the back, but they have been boarded up to create only one like ground entrance to this place, plus the two windows up top, so that they can control better the inflow of traffic. What would you like to do, Simon?
So I think Simon gets off the horse, and because he's paranoid, he is gonna look around in case Vidani caught up, since Vidani is like super fast. So he's just gonna look and get a 2. So he's not looking
there
very well.
I'm coming. I'm lurking.
It is very dark in this forest,
Uh-huh.
and any number of shadows could be Vidani.
Cool.
You're not sure. You get the sense that maybe it might be a little bit paranoid for you to think that every shadow could be Vidani, obviously. But the idea that they are following you and that she might catch up is a very present danger.
Yeah, he's gonna sort of like he's gonna take out his great axe and keep it close. His great axe is a great axe of warning, so it would let him know if anybody was attacking him. So he, knowing that he's a little on edge, is gonna try to just like this is not how magic works, but is gonna try to feel the magic a little bit more to be like, just please tell me if something is bad. He's not a really magic user. He doesn't understand how things go. But he's going to just grab it and make his way to the door.
Great. Nothing is flaring on that great axe warning thus far. All right. You get to the door and open it. Inside, you see... If you could open Roll20 for me, Erin.
Why? Leticia, can you allow me to screen share?
Yes.
Oh, like to share a I was like, why is she like? Are you passing messages to her?
Yeah.
Roll20?
Don't worry about it. I'm also going to betray you.
I'm gonna triple cross everybody.
Yeah. Okay. So,
All right.
Although-
And first thing I need you to do is choose one of these color combos down here to be Simon.
I'll be orange because I'm a lion.
All right. Wonderful. All right. You push open the doors, and in this very dimly lit barn, you see that most of the hay and barn accoutrement has been cleared from this first floor. And right in the center, tied to a chair, is Lady Barazi. Standing next to her is your old friend, Slight Clyde. The scribbly bits and lines are a hay rafter situation, and there is moldy hay up there, and those two lines are ladders to get up to that second level. And then I need you to roll me a perception check right off the bat, please.
10.
10. Okay. So you see Slight Clyde and Lady Barazi.
Great.
And
None of the
Slight
people
Clyde-
hiding in the moldy hay.
And
Yep.
yeah, you don't see anybody else. You don't think there is anybody else. It's just Slight Clyde. He was your contact this whole time. He's the one who set everything up with you. So it makes sense that he's here with...
sounds really cool and trustworthy.
Yeah.
He's pretty great. He sees you and just goes, "Ah, Simon, I didn't think that you'd make it out."
Yeah, I did what you asked. Candelabras are down.
Yes, good. Well, as you can see, and he gestures to Lady Barazi, it wasn't really about the candelabras at all.
I thought you were stealing the egg.
You were meant to think that as part of a distraction, Simon. But you know, you did it. You knocked down the candles. Good job. Good job knocking down those candelabras.
Is Lady Barazi conscious?
She is conscious. She is currently gagged and tied up in a blue glowing rope. She looks scared, but almost like in shock. She's still in shock.
Mm-hmm.
She's not quite panicking yet.
Regardless, I held at my end of the bargain.
You did, dear Simon. And unfortunately for you, you really should choose different thieves to trust. You were really never intended to complete this mission, rather just to make sure that we had room to kidnap the lady here. It's less about the egg and more about getting Lord Barazi to maybe have a soul adjustment. So I offer you 2 options. You can either get your reward for knocking down the candles, or you can return to Lord Barazi and make sure he's gotten the note that we left, and escort him back here to the safe house. You see, the darkness is not completely uncaring, and I, as someone who hears the whispers of the darkness, have been informed that we'll return Lady Barazi to him. A life for a life is the current going rate.
Can I roll an insight check?
100%.
My insight is also -1. 3. Guys, I should not have done this alone. Bad plan.
No.
You know that Slight Clyde is a thief, but, you know, Jax is also a thief, and you can trust Jax. So it stands to reason that you can also trust Slight Clyde.
Oh, love that logic. Love that.
What happens if I don't go
Well, I
to
told
Lord
you you
Barazi?
If you leave and you don't go to Lord Barazi, well, I mean, we aren't going to follow you. The darkness has not whispered to us that you are doomed to your own demise or something crazy like that. It's, you know, you've got 2 choices. Either get your reward or help us with this next little part to make sure Lord Barazi gets his.
Just keep thinking you'll eternal reward.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
Don't trust it.
That he now has.
Simon is gonna step in the door. Maybe here.
Okay.
And take his great axe out and say, I don't know what kind of religious bullshit you're spewing right now, but I'm in this for the money. I want the reward.
So be it. And you're going to roll initiative. Brian, can you roll some initiative for me and hop back on the call?
You betcha.
Do it.
I got a natural 1.
Ooh.
But I have advantage.
Hey, your great axe, it lights the F up.
Erin, what you
But
just
Donnie
said
found you.
was literally a direct quote from Han Solo.
Oops.
You were like 1 word off when you were like, I'm in this for the money. I don't give a shit about your religion. Like, that was like basically a Han Solo quote.
We gotta have 1 Star Wars character in each.
We do. Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 9 on my initiative since I have advantage.
All right.
Simon, buddy.
Brian, can you give me Pip's initiative?
Pip's initiative is 18.
Onyx?
Onyx is 13.
Tim?
Tim's also 13.
All right, you can choose who goes first there. Okay. All right, so the order is going to be Slight Clyde, Pip, Leote, Tim, and Onyx, and then Simon. So, sorry, Erin, you are at the bottom of the round.
Great.
Ouch.
Hey, Erin, do you have a backup character?
I do,
Right?
as a matter of fact. Rachel told me to make one. I don't know why.
Very weird, right?
So crazy.
You
so
know,
crazy.
just running away, always an option.
Always a good option.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're a coward.
All right, so Slight Clyde is going to first cast at you. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, look at you being right in range. Thanks so much, babes. All right.
I didn't
we're gonna
see shit, so I thought it was just you and me.
We're gonna cast Bane on you. So
Ooh.
you gotta make a
Ouch.
charisma saving throw for me. DC 17.
Oh,
That feels
boy.
like something Simon would be good at.
I have a
Excellent
+1 to
charisma.
charisma.
Oh, wow.
I got a 10. So no.
Great. All right. Whenever you take an attack roll or make a saving throw, you have to roll a d4 and subtract the number rolls.
Yeah.
The number rolled.
Cool.
So Slight Clyde, there is a swirling like helix of darkness that comes and just hits you in the chest. Slight Clyde just goes, "I'm sorry, this is your eternal reward," and he puts one hand on Lady Barazi's shoulder, and that sort of jolts her out of her shock a little bit, and you can see fear, like true fear, start to enter her eyes. Pip, that is you.
Okay. So let's see. So Pip is going to be casting the Hound of Ill Omen. So
Awesome.
You can just
Bonus.
cast a dog?
Bonus action. She's going to be summoning a magical dog to attack
Yeah.
Simon. So it basically appears within 30 feet, and I'm pretty sure it's going to teleport right on top of her, or at least right next to her.
Gorgeous.
Great.
Where is Pip right now, if you don't mind me asking?
Pip, oh yes, Pip has now stepped out from hiding. Let me just get her up from the GM layer. Here we go. Bam! There she is.
Oh, she's so cute.
I must thank you, Simon, for making things interesting. I thought I was going to have to sit up in this rafter forever.
Yes.
Sassy thieves.
So, anyway, cast the dog. Dog charges in. What does the dog act on the same initiative? Or oh wait, no. Correction. I got to roll. Initiative of dog.
The dog can go on your initiative for ease of initiatives.
Okay.
If you want. Yeah.
Yeah, it ends up being like an 8. So maybe we'll do it after.
Okay.
Okay.
Dog will go after Simon.
Yeah.
Someone goes after.
In more ways than one.
Okay. So yeah, and so then Pip is going to shoot a ray of frost.
Ouch. Simon, I really think you need to just run.
Right? Yeah, because
It's like a Hound of Ill Omen. Like I'm just thinking of all of the HP that has just arrived. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
But also Ray of Frost, I think, makes you slower. It's okay, you're a tabaxi, it's fine.
That's great. It's fine. I definitely raged before this, so all of the damage half.
Let's see. Ray of Frost did not hit. There's no way that this hit.
Yeah.
But yeah. And so then I think I'm just going to
Render.
Yeah. I will stay up here.
Perfect. All right. The next person to reveal themselves is
Onyx.
a familiar
Or-
tiefling that you recognize
Ooh.
from the kitchen. Oh.
It's
and
the sauce man!
And he is going to shoot at you with his crossbow.
They were supposed to be watching him!
Right?
For a
right? He said.
For a 20-something? Yeah, go for it.
12. A 12.
Oh, no!
He misses. All right. He misses. Can we do anything else? No, because he's not going to move. So he's going to take his cunning action to hide from you.
What?
And he
Cunning action? What?
What? A cunning action? From the sauce man? Okay, great. He's a 22. All right. Next up is Onyx and Tim. Brian.
Okay. So Onyx is going to come next. And where is Onyx now?
Onyx is hold on. Sorry. Forget. Oh, it's Onyx. He's not up in the rafters. He is below. So So he sort of steps out of the shadow, and is
So
revealed.
he's on like ground level?
He's on the floor. He is on floor level.
Mhm.
The rest of them are up in the hay.
Simon, there were so many people.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a bad choice.
And then did you want Onyx to go first or did you want Tim to go first? Because I can also reveal Tim's right there. He is up in the rafters.
Yeah, so Onyx steps out of the shadows and heads off to essentially run up and try to grapple with Simon.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Run!
As soon as you
so
get
he's
to
got a 50 movement.
Great. Yep.
Okay. So is grapple a contested roll?
It is. So it's either athletics and acrobatics versus your athletics, Erin.
Okay.
I feel like Simon's got a pretty big athletics. Come on.
I think so.
Okay.
You know, he
Maybe.
does, but he also rolled a 2 and then rolled a 2 on Bane, which means
No.
0 for
Dude,
me.
oh my god.
0? You don't have athletics?
I
Okay,
do.
so,
I rolled.
you
Oh wait,
are
no. I'm sorry.
contest-
You're right. I'm sorry. My brain died. So 9.
Oof.
Okay.
Onyx got a 26.
All right.
And I'm sure it doesn't matter because it was a 9, but just to confirm, the person initiating the grapple, I think has to roll athletics.
Oh, in that case, it would be a 17.
Still win.
Still doesn't matter.
Ouch.
So now you are subject to the grapple condition, Simon. You can use your action to try and escape. To do so, you have to succeed on a strength, athletics, or dexterity acrobatics check contested by Onyx's athletics check.
I can do all actions and stuff, though. I just can't move, right?
Yeah, your speed becomes 0, so you can do other things.
Okay.
Like, bust out that teleport spell you've been hiding.
And what you see running up to you, Simon, is a tall, panther-like tabaxi who quickly grapples you and has you held in the middle of this barn.
Cool.
Yeah. I believe that is all that I can do right now.
Cool.
All right. Then it is Tim's turn.
Okay. Let's see. So Tim shows up in the rafters, and Simon can hear in his head, "Don't worry, we're gonna make this quick."
I hate it when
because
people speak to me in my the worst type of people.
Tim does the sort of mental connection to communicate with basically all the people in the room, just in case.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Including Lady whatever?
No, wait, maybe.
Maybe.
Let's see, how many do I get? 1, 2,
Later.
3, 4, 5, 6, something. I think I can do 5.
Just so
Yeah.
she's not bored.
So she's not bored.
Yeah. So she knows what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
That's so
Another
considerate.
Stealing
Yeah.
my shtick?
yeah.
How dare
Well,
you?
to be fair, I didn't know your shtick before.
Tim is a small halfling man as well.
Yeah. That is it for now.
Okay. Simon, it is finally your turn, my dude.
Okay. So Simon is going to rage. He is real mad at this entire situation. Can I access my inventory while I am grappled?
What are you trying to get out?
Trying to get a good old smoke bomb for myself.
I'm gonna have you roll a sleight of hand check
Okay.
to try and get that out since you are grappled.
Yeah, that's not great. 7.
Okay, DC was going to be an average of 10, so you try, but you can't quite manage to get a hold of the smoke bomb.
Okay, cool.
But you can still have your action to try something else.
Cool. I do have my great axe out.
You do?
So I think I am just gonna attack because I am fucking pissed. And I'm pretty sure that as at the level that I'm at, I can attack twice. So I'm just gonna attack Onyx because Onyx is on me, and I have to roll a d4, right?
And take that away from your attack.
Oh man. That's still gonna hit probably. That is math a 24.
It's
Cool. Let's do the second one. Yep, not so much. 14?
does not hit.
Okay, cool. 5. So that's 10 points of damage with the great axe.
Okay.
And that's all I can do this time around.
All right. Now it is the Hound of Ill Omen's turn.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. When I'm raging, I get +3 damage. So add 3 damage to whatever I just said.
So it's 13 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like when I'm raging, I get to leave.
Yeah.
When I'm raging, I can just misty step out the room.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I forgot to say, dogs love me when I'm raging.
Animal friend.
Erin, which path are you?
Path of the Tiger?
Okay.
The totem thing.
Totem, you're the totem.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Dog.
Double checking.
I
All
can
right.
speak with animals, but I don't think it's gonna listen right now.
It is the dog's turn, and then we'll be back at the top of the round with Slight Glide.
Sounds good.
I'm so sorry. In my head, I've been calling him Slide the whole time. Because...
I mean, it's kind of works. You
Yeah,
know?
Slide works too.
Slide.
Slight Glide. He's a very thin, presents as old man.
Yeah, so Hound of Ill Omen attacks.
And we need to get, this will be the Hound of Ill Omen because...
I made a little dot on the thing, but...
Oh, sorry, I got rid of it. That was a mistake. Sorry, that's my bad. Let me make your pretty little pink dot one more time.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Here you go.
Nice. So the Hound of Ill Omen takes a bite off of Simon.
We need
So-
to try.
Ooh, probably fail. So yeah, bite attack missed. And so, yes.
All right.
As the dog tries to bite me, I like snap at him. Do a little
It's like two like cats, dogs fighting each other.
Exactly.
You're tiny.
Oh.
Tiny dogs are the worst though, so.
I just love. I don't give a shit about your omens.
After
Okay.
the dog bites you and you say to him you're tiny, Slight Clyde just saunters up to you 30 feet and places a hand to the side of your face and just says, "My friend, pass on to your reward in Afterworld. And we're going to make a spell attack against you."
What's afterward?
Oh, 19 plus 9
A little hit.
is gonna hit.
Oh, hey, we're gonna get to meet Simon in the main campaign.
Yeah.
Should have saved my daunting roar. Oh well.
Yeah. You should have run.
I
Not taking the money.
You could have taken your action to break the grapple.
yeah.
Yeah.
I could have. But I was mad.
Yeah, well.
Are you doing inflict wounds, Rachel? Is that what's happening?
Sounds like it.
It sounds like it.
On
Mhm.
you.
Yeah. You're rolling a lot of dice, so I feel like
Yeah. I am.
It's not a lot of D10s.
It's a lot of D10s.
Okay.
10 plus 7.
gosh.
7 plus 8 plus 5 plus 4. 41 points of damage. To
Fucking hell.
Damn.
necrotic damage.
Mhm.
Yeah. Beefy spell.
Beefity beef. As you just feel this terrible screaming cold course through your veins from the side of your cheek. And you can feel like the fur there starts to almost disintegrate away just a little bit. As Slight Clyde casts inflict wounds on you. Pip, you are up.
Okay. Okay. Pip is going to be walking up and summon a Shadow Blade.
Ooh.
Pip in Pip's hands, a sort of shining, or I guess the opposite of shining, where light seems to be sucked into it as this blade just extends off from her hands as she walks menacingly toward you. That would be a bonus action. And so then she's going to take this blade and hurl it at Simon.
Aww. Does she have disadvantage because there's a whole bunch of people in the area?
Are a whole bunch of people there. I will say, yeah, and they're taller people, especially Onyx.
Yeah.
So Pip to hurl the blade, disadvantage is a good call on that one.
Okay.
Nice.
Sounds good. Okay.
Roll a 1. Hit Slight Clyde.
And just to be clear, the Hound of Ill Omen does say that. Well, I guess it's not a spell attack, so it is just attack with a spelled item. So that would be a. Nope, not gonna hit.
Rats. Okay.
Cool though.
Oh, okay. This is dim or dark lighting, so this would have just been a straight roll. What was your first roll on that disadvantage?
I rolled them both at the same time, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since there are so many of us against Simon, we're just gonna not worry about that.
Yeah, like we give him a little bit of wiggle
Yeah.
room there.
Yeah.
And it would have been a 17, which probably
It would have hit actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Just you can average the average.
Yeah, average roll would be a 14.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Leote is now going to attack.
Leote?
Leote.
Oh, the sauce man.
Sauce man. Sauce man hits you.
Never tell the rest of the staff to do something you should do yourself.
And you are going to take
So many dice, Rachel.
12. 22. You're going to take 28 points of damage.
What type of damage?
No.
Piercing.
Okay, so that's halved to 14 because I'm raging.
At least you're buff.
It's not gonna save me for long.
No, 100% is not.
No. Okay, and then as a bonus action, he's gonna hide again.
Motherfucker. Coward.
Cowardly sauce man.
He would hear you if he wasn't disappeared into the hay as Simon.
Sometimes I wonder, like, if my neighbors have their windows open, they just heard me go, "Cowardly sauce man." Like,
Yes.
No
One can
one
hope.
does.
One can hope.
Like,
All right. Up next is Onyx and Tim.
Okay. Onyx is gonna say, "You're one to make demands. and he is going to hit you with a flurry of blows. So he's going to attack and then make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Fucking monks.
Rude.
Okay.
One of you's talking in people's heads. One of you's a monk.
Okay, so first unarmed strike doesn't hit. Next, flurry of blows. Got a 20.
Yep.
Like natural 20 or dirty?
Yeah,
20?
nat 20.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. That's
Critical
cool.
hit. Okay, cool.
Fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah. That doesn't count.
It's on the floor. It doesn't count.
Yeah.
No.
Unless it's a 1, in which case it totally counts.
100% count.
Okay. Okay, so then we have a 16.
Does not hit.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, but then the 20. Anyone got any feedback on
You are
damage
gonna-
for crit hits?
You're going to roll your dice twice.
Okay.
Just double the dice.
Okay. So that'd be 12 damage.
And what type of damage?
Right. It is bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so that's reduced to 6.
That's not too bad. That's okay.
Not bad at all. That was damage from a natural 20.
Yeah, it's not bad from a crit.
It is just a fist, so it's like.
Yeah, it's a fist.
Oh yeah, I guess
The
one.
scary
Let's be
thing
fair.
is-
Only so much one blow can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just wait. I'm just kidding.
Just you wait.
I want to monk off. I want to.
Tim?
Okay. Tim is going to pull a similar trick to Pip and actually summons purple daggers in each of his hands. And he is going to throw them down.
Remind me
to
where
Simon.
Tim is on the map.
He's
He's the little gray
this guy right there.
Okay, cool.
He moves slightly, and he's going to be attacking and using sneak attack.
Oh, right.
Here we go.
And
Yep.
probably not disadvantage here, right? You probably got a clean shot from here.
Yeah, because you're
Erin,
beset
Come
by
on,
foes,
man.
right?
It's like you want to die.
I'm sorry.
Don't rules
He
lawyer
just
in
has
the
a
face
really
of death.
great.
Listen, I
sidekick.
may really like the accent of the backup character I made. It's fine.
Well, in which case, I fully
Okay.
support you dying because I feel silly being the only person doing a silly voice. So
Okay. So 19 for the first
Yes.
attack,
Mhm.
and for the second attack is going to be a 13.
Misses.
Okay. So then that will first attack. Let's go. That would be a 10.
10 damage. And what type of damage?
10. That is a good question because
Imagining, well,
psychic blades.
so psychic probably.
Psychic
Yeah, it's
Yeah. So I take the full 10 then.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, psychic
Oof.
damage. And then he's going to use his cunning action to hide.
Wonderful.
Rogues.
Mm-hmm.
Sneaky.
And that's it.
All right. It is now Simon's turn.
Okay. If I wanted to try for that smoke bomb again, would that be my action or bonus action?
I will let you do it as a bonus action.
Cool. I'm gonna try for that.
All right, give me a
Nope.
sleight of hand.
Mm-mm. Instead I'm gonna try to break the grapple, which I think is a strength check, right?
It can be athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. So I will do athletics. 26.
Okay, Onyx, I need you to make an athletics check to keep the grapple.
Okay. This 26 is what I'm trying to beat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope. So
All right.
grapple.
Simon, you break free.
Okay.
Break free.
Woohoo.
And that
I
is for
am
action.
booking it.
All
I'm
right.
running away.
Okay.
And let me just double check. I think I have an extra thing to my speed. because of the tiger thingy.
Okay. As a reaction, Slight Clyde, Onyx, and the Hound of Ill Omen will all be able to make opportunity attacks on you.
Yep, that is fair.
While you're double checking your speed thing,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna get that sorted.
Okay.
Erin, you said your armor class is 17?
17, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Slight Clyde misses.
Nice.
Ooh.
Onyx misses.
And the dog. And the little dog, too.
And the little dog, too.
Ooh.
Let's see. Our dog definitely misses.
Yay!
Just, out of curiosity,
Uh-huh.
you don't have to
Okay.
answer if would end up being metagaming. Did it look like Clyde was doing casting a spell or lashing out with a weapon?
Slight Clyde grabbed the mace at his hip and went to hit Simon with the mace.
Cool.
But Simon is able to get away. All 3 of those attacks missed. So, Simon, did you look up your speed thing?
It's while raging, you can add 10 feet to your long jump distance. So I think I'm going to book it.
Yeah,
45.
just jump out of there.
That's the plan. I'm going to book it 45 feet and then leap in the last part of that to try to get an extra 10 feet.
All right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Your horse, I would like to remind you, you left your horse outside the barn.
I did. Yes.
Do you want to do, since you get an extra 10 feet while you're raging, do you want to make a athletics check to jump onto your horse?
I absolutely do.
Yes.
Ooh.
Did you say acrobatics or athletics?
Whichever you would like to try. Whichever is better for you.
I'm going to do athletics.
Okay.
I got a 25.
You got
So I would like to cartwheel onto the horse, please.
You do it. That circus training kicks in, baby. And you get on that horse, kick it into gear, and book it the hell out of the forest. Where are you heading? You can think about that for a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna think about it.
All right.
Just give the horse its head. Go on.
Everyone else.
Yeah.
Brian, thank you so much. You can go off camera, do your own thing. We'll contact you if we deal with these folks a second time.
Sounds good. Also, just in case it comes up, the Hound of Hill Omen will constantly chase her for about 5 minutes, and every turn knows exactly where she is.
Oh shit! What's the
Okay.
speed of the?
That's what I was looking up right now.
Excellent.
Oh, wow.
I was gonna say,
Speed is 50, so it'd be traveling at 100 feet if it's doing full movement,
How
dashing.
much speed does a horse have? Is it 60?
Surely horse, faster dog.
I mean, yeah, I believe the horse is faster.
Yeah,
But
horses.
also, this is also Hound of Ill Omen dog.
Yeah.
So it's not just a dog; it's a special dog.
Yeah.
I do like to imagine it's like a greyhound of ill omen. It's specifically a race dog. Of ill omen.
The Greyhound of Ill Omen.
Yeah, exactly. The greyhound of ill omen.
Cool.
this horse race, a riding horse is 60 from what I found.
Yeah.
I think if I am
Okay.
if I am actively getting chased, it would not be safe for me to go off in my own direction. So I'm going to head back into the city.
Okay. So for about 5 minutes, you are tailed by the Hound of Ill
Behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by this Hound of Ill Omen that periodically howls and growls in the darkness, makes it sound like it's circling you, like it's just about to catch up. I'm gonna need you to make an animal handling check
For the horsey?
for this horse. Yeah, so that the horse, to determine whether or not the horse gets spooked and something crazy happens, or if you are able to keep it calm and moving in the right direction.
Oh, 6.
Oof.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. 12. I did the math backwards. 12. Still not great.
Not great. There are periods of time where the horse fights you on trying to get loose and sort of let its terror take it and run where it will. And you do have one of those moments happen. So you are lost in the woods for a little bit and you can't be sure that the direction that you're headed is back to town.
Okay.
but after the hound is gone, it's only 5 minutes, Brian, you said?
I believe it's only 5 minutes.
After 5 minutes.
Just for flavor, Tim is also periodically sending taunts and jeers through her mind, or through Simon's mind. Exactly.
Yeah.
For flavor.
Also, just for flavor, I can cast Speak with Animals because of my thing. So I'm gonna attempt to talk to the horse to try and calm it down a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
Going.
Okay.
Nice.
You do. What do you say to the horse?
I think at this point, Simon is not used to being prey, and so I think he is both calming himself down and the horse down, and is saying something along the lines of, "We just have to get back into town. We've got contacts there. We can go there. We just need to go as fast as we can. As fast as we can. You can do this. You can get out."
Excellent. Okay, that is going to give you advantage on your survival check to make it back to town without getting
It's worse
deeply
than
lost.
before.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Advantage?
With advantage, it's worse than before?
Yeah. Well, do you want me to roll advantage now, or
on the survival check to get back to town?
Okay.
So this is going to be a survival check for you getting back to town. You've got advantage on it because of Speak with Animals with the horse.
I got you. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
Yay!
Good job. All right.
Thanks.
So Simon, you're heading back to
Fuck
town,
that.
and it's going to take a lot less time than it might have. All right. Everybody else who's riding on the coat horses, you guys make it back to town, no problem. I mean, it's right there. You know it. You love it. You've been there before. Where are we headed? Tell me where we're headed.
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say the inn. I assume we're gonna go check on your sister.
The Brindle.
I mean, like, I don't want to like take any heat to anywhere my sister is. Like, if we're being followed, if we're being tailed, like that for me would feel like somewhere I would skulk off to quietly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know we could probably stow the kid away with Gustus.
Yes.
But I'm pretty anxious about doing that. Like,
no, I think we should keep the kid with us.
Yeah.
If the wife has become a target, I think, the kid may be a target too.
Yeah.
How we get into a fight, Vadani says in your heads. Are we concerned?
I can put him on a pillar or have a horse run him away.
Okay.
What I think might be a good idea, right? So hear me out. I think we should take the kid to the Gilded Peacock.
And you both know that the Gilded Peacock is one of the brothels in town that is also sort of has ties to an underground-y thievesy kind of thing.
In a
Does
way
Simon have contacts there?
Right, we're not selling child to the Gilded Peacock, just making sure we're all on the same page.
No.
Okay, great. Just, hey, the one betrayal in a day is a lot. I'm still processing that. I just want to make sure we're all thinking there's some of the smartest women in the city. They watch the kid.
No, for sure. I think we could look. Obviously, something is going on with the thieves in the city. But if I know anything about thieves, is that they'll take money from the highest bidder.
That's true.
Somebody's got Barazi's wife, but we've got the kid, which means we'd get the highest ransom no matter what. Which means anybody we talk to would hopefully be able to be persuaded to be on our side and mind the kid. And the ladies at the Gilded Peacock can hold their own.
Yeah, that's very true.
But does Simon also know people there? If Simon is going to come looking for the kid?
I mean, I know Simon probably has contacts there, but I'm pretty sure I could convince like I'm pretty sure I could convince the hen to keep things quiet if we cut him in, or at least make it look like there's a big payday, even if Simon and his crew comes around.
My theory also is like, yes, Simon, turns out we can't trust him, etc. But I think he's not the sort of guy hurt a kid. I feel was my thought, like thought that money, sure, but like morals. I'm kind of thinking he's not, I don't know. It seemed like Target was the egg.
Yeah, I'm of the mind to agree with that. Basically what I'm saying is I think that we can convince the ladies at the Gilded Peacock, the hen, the pigeon, the dove, the grackle.
They'll get more money from us.
They'll get more money from us by looking after this kid and also keeping an eye out and talking to, the punters coming into the brothel about who knows what. Like they will be connected. Like every thief in the city is going to be at the Gilded Peacock. Why not hide the kid in plain sight?
No, I think that's a good move.
I trust your contacts then. Yeah, I don't know many people in this world, so I would say, let's do that. And then
we'll see.
Also, maybe if you have people there, maybe they will have heard whispers of where maybe the mom is being kept.
Yeah, that's
because even if they don't know, we can ask them to when the people are drunk and they're getting their lap dances and listening to their music, they can get the ears and get the information while we go hunt down that little shit.
No, it's a good plan. So let's so I steer the horses in.
Yeah, I just don't feel like having look, I love the kid and he's real cute, but they'll just put him up, they'll just dress him up like a little girl. It'll be adorable.
It'll be fun. We'll have a good
in like a not weird way. He'll just be like a little kid running around, having a good time. He won't look like a boy.
It's very fun place.
Do you think that they'll teach me more of the thief things that you were teaching me?
Oh, honey, they'll teach you all the thief things.
They'll teach you.
Okay, it'll be a really fun adventure.
You'll be such a great pickpocketer by the time you leave there.
Yes.
And Pickle will also be, if I'm dressed as a girl, Pickle be dressed as a girl too.
Pickle?
Pickle is his little stuffed hedgehog.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Anywhere in the city to have clothes for a stuffed animal, this is actually a pretty good place to guess. So
yeah,
I feel like they'll definitely have something that Pickle can wear.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Rachel, I guess what I'm thinking is, and I hope I'm not forcing anything here, it's just that in my experience, I feel that sometimes, despite the reputation that brothels have, they're actually quite warm places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're reading that right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So it is. It takes you a little while to get back to town, and the fireworks whole debacle happened right at the darkest part of the night. So celebrations for the long night of darkness are still sort of happening at the Gilded Peacock.
Okay.
If you catch my meaning. So it is a little bit still raucous and crowded, but Jax, you know that since you know these ladies, you can you've got a contact in the back.
Yeah.
You guys can put your horses and sort of be on the DL and not necessarily have to go through all the drunken debauchery that is the front foyer of the Gilded Peacock at this time. And the Gilded Peacock is located in the red light district of the city, but it is sort of the premier jewel of that district, where the other inns, taverns, brothels, houses are all sort of painted in these muted colors that might once have been very vibrant and lovely. The Gilded Peacock is done in mere golds and teals. So it looks like the plumage of a male peacock.
Mm.
And because they do so well, the paint is in much better upkeep than the other places on the street. There are more like dancing lights and magic globes around the front of it, with the women, you know, some of them on the balconies doing their thing, but it seems like everybody is mostly occupied. So you are able to cut around the alley to the back and get in through the kitchen area. And back in the kitchens is Hen, and she runs the Gilded Peacock. Generally, she's not out on the floor during these times just because she knows and trusts her girls to do well and to do what they need to do. They've got bouncers to handle any ne'er-do-wells who need to be kicked out. She's not worried about things. So she's right now posted up with like a hot cup of coffee. She is a shrewd dwarven woman with a majestically braided sandy-colored beard. And when she sees you come in with a little boy and two of your three companions, because she knows who they all are, even if they don't know her, she just says, "Oh, Jax, what's happening? What brings you to Gilded Peacock? I thought y'all had a job tonight."
Well, as per shit went pear-shaped. So, I think that Jax in this moment is actually using humor to kind of mask the fact that they have been completely thrown for a loop. Totally thrown for a loop by Simon's betrayal, and not like there's a part of them that sort of like gets like a thief is a thief is a thief, but like there's something about like, why didn't you talk to me about it? We could have had a conversation, something of that ilk. So Jax is gonna approach the Hen trying to be kind of jovial, but eventually just get as close to her as possible and sort of say, Simon's turned. Like, I think that like, of all the sort of people in this underground thief world, this feels like a kind of second home as well, especially because of the warm welcome. So I feel like Jax would just be like, something is fucked, and I need you to take this kid. And
Simon's turned.
Yeah. We were supposed to do a heist, and I don't know, he just turned on us.
Wait, were y'all doing a heist? We were.
No. We were supposed to be guarding an egg, and
again,
sorry,
preventing a heist.
Prevent the heist.
Preventing a heist. And he just turned on us, and never seen him look at me like that before. And then I present the sweetest little boy. We got this little guy out. I don't know what's going on up at that house, at that manor, but I couldn't just leave this kid behind.
Is this?
He probably is it's the heir apparent and everything to the manor. But at this point, he's just a little boy who probably like really needs a nap, and I'm wondering if you like have a spot where like maybe he can have a little snooze. And like maybe a little disguising and like making sure no one come and take him, sort of situation.
We've got places like that for children. She snaps her fingers, and one of the serving women comes out, and she goes, Get Swallowtail in here. Tell her that we got a kid needs looking after. We got a kid.
And if anyone
servant runs out. Yes.
And if she hears in her head, if anyone comes looking for him, we'll pay you double whatever they're offering, just to keep him safe.
Does everyone hear this, or is that just a message for Hen?
Everyone in our group hears that. The boy does not.
Great. She gives you one of these. After a minute or two, a beautiful Eladrin woman comes in and just, hello. I heard that we have a young master in our house tonight who needs maybe a special little tuck into bed. And Acis just is a little bit nervous and hangs on to your coat, Jax, and you see that he's suddenly shy. This is the most new people that he's ever seen. And it's like he was fine, but to be separated from you, he's just a little bit like, oh wait.
Oh no, this is.
Oh wait, hold on.
Okay, cool. So Jax is gonna get like eye level with Acis, like get down on their sort of haunches and look at him, and sort of say, "It's okay. These are my friends, and they're gonna look after you." And I kind of I sort of like pull out a little money pouch and just swing it towards the hen. Like it's just kind of gonna cover. Not anything weird, but like food, tasty treats, the night to have somebody minding him all night and like being playful with them. Somebody's
letting
gonna
him sleep at this point because it's a long night for a. How old are you again, child?
8.
Yeah, it's a long night for a kid of your age.
Yeah, I think it's better if you stay here. We've got to go out and find your mom.
Yeah. Okay, you get her back safe. Okay?
Yeah, we're gonna do our best, okay? And you just stay here and you mind all these ladies.
Okay. Like a protector.
Yeah, like a protector. You are gonna be like a protector of the night.
Okay, I've read about Protector. Okay. And Swallowtail has her hand out to him, and he takes it gently, and she just leads him up, and you hear her telling him how you like she's talking to him about stories that maybe he likes, or we'll get you a warm cup of milk before we go to bed and we can maybe read together. Oh, who's this little hedgehog Pickle, so cute. Like she's taking him upstairs and sort of ushering him away. And from reputation, you know that Swallowtail is sort of the gentlest of all of the main birds of the Gilded Peacock. And you can trust her with Acis to protect him and make sure nothing happens.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And so Hen, while this has been going on, you tossed the money to Hen. She pocketed it. She's also been like chatting to other of her runners, just to sort of spread the word, at least around the Gilded Peacock, that Simon is person non grata, and if he comes around, she is to be told immediately, and he is not to be allowed in. He's to be retained. All right. So, yeah, what would you guys like to do? Tell me.
As the kid leaves, I'm gonna turn to Hen and just ask, have you heard any rumblings about jobs at the house? There was someone was taken and we're trying to find them.
I rolled the wrong dice for her.
We'd get his mom back right in front of them, so I feel like she's probably figured out.
I haven't heard anything about job. Nobody approached us about a job.
Hold a minute.
Is there anyone missing tonight? Like any of the regulars who usually do this kind of really high detail work? A familiar face that is maybe not around the table this evening?
Not amongst my birds, and not amongst the pockets, I don't think. I think if any of the groups that you're to be looking for, you might want to ask amongst the beggarmen. And as we both know, Jax, the beggarmen are hard to track down. They look like beggars. So really, you could ask anybody in the city, and also effectively be asking nobody in the city.
What are
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what are the chances that Vidani has ties to them, considering that one of the things she routinely does is like seek out poor looking folk and help them with healing and such?
I'm gonna have you roll for me to see if you do. Roll a d20, and then I'm not sure what skill I want you to use. So Jax, you were gonna say something? Or do you want to see how this resolves first?
I would rather see how this resolves first,
okay,
and then make an
then
offer.
go for it. All right.
Yeah.
I use medicine, since that's like what I would have been.
Right, but it's to see if you have come across any of the beggarmen. So I'm gonna have you do religion. Can you do religion? Do you have anything in religion?
I have a -1 to religion.
All right, then I'll let you do insight instead. If you've got insight as a skill instead of religion.
I do. That would be a 21.
A 21. Okay. At one point, while you were healing people around the city, one of the beggars did start to tell you about the warm embrace of the darkness, and how it was this underworld death god, but it's not really about death. It's about knowing that your soul is arriving in a safe place in the afterworld. And it's brought me so much comfort, and you healing disease, you're such a kind soul, and I don't want when you get to afterworld, I don't want your soul to be sent to a bad place. If you embrace the darkness, then once you die, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And this is a beggar that you have to talk to. Yeah. And at the time, I mean, with that kind of speech, I assume Vidani would just be like, you're insane.
Yeah. She's the person who's like would like very kindly listen and everything, and not give any like, oh, you're crazy vibes, but definitely more of just like I'm glad you found comfort in this, but wouldn't necessarily be taking it seriously for herself at all.
Yes. So you remember this person, and you remember that you have seen them around the city, so they're not dead yet. And you remember the area.
We do.
You remember the area that they frequent in the slums.
So I will just pipe up then and say, I think I know one of their members, or I've spoken to one of them. I know what area he usually frequents, if we want to check there first, unless someone else has a better idea.
Yeah, that sounds good. Rachel?
Yes.
So, little sneaky question.
Mm-hmm.
How big is the city, like from end to end? Like how many feet per se?
Yeah.
Feet?
Ooh,
like,
do you have
to put a number on it?
Like you can put a number on it.
Yeah.
Feet.
All right. Give me 2 seconds here, because I'm comparing two city sizes.
Great, go for it. Like, cause like, are we like doing the thing where like, in ye old world, a city is like not the same as like how we conceive of cities? Or am I conceiving of a fantasy city that is the size of like London?
Ooh, how big is London?
Massive.
Like Chicago or Toledo? Like,
yeah. What we saying here?
Well, we're not talking London. London, way too big.
Okay.
This is still one of like the big. This is like the capital city, but it's not London size. Think more Venice size, which, according to the Google search I just did, is 160 square miles.
Which is how many feet?
Which I think is much more reasonable as far as like.
I'm sorry, I'm like terrible at miles. Like it's just not my system.
No idea.
Totally fine. Hold on. Let me do some quick conversions here, aka
Miles are our system, and I still don't know what that means.
square feet.
It's a lot of feet.
Mile. Two.
Oh, okay.
It is a lot of feet. How many feet are you looking?
No. I was looking for 1,000 feet, but like I don't know what feet means, so I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Oh.
As for a locate person or a locate object kind of a thing?
Yeah.
You could, with that spell, how long does that spell last? About 10 minutes?
Hang on one second, I've just pulled it up.
Yeah, a mile is about 5,000 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Never mind. Like, I just needed that to be put into perspective. Never mind. That's totally shenanigans. Yes, Vidani, let's go and do your thing.
Like, fun fact: most cities are a little bigger than 1,000 feet. Even
I don't know what that means.
No, yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But I was confused. I was like, is this because Unati doesn't use feet all the time, or are we actually speculating about whether or not the city is smaller than 1,000 feet?
I don't know what that is. Like zero concept.
Yeah, those spells are so fun. Yeah, because they're like, they seem so useful, and then it's just like such a small little.
Oh yeah, feet are super tiny because it's people. Oh, that's why you're 5 foot. Sorry, I'm just realizing something. Never mind.
No, you're good. But I like the idea. If you want to that's a much more conceivable idea if you narrow down to like a certain area where you think the thing you are looking for might be.
Okay, cool.
And
So
like a sweeping pass of.
If it helps,
so
1 kilometer is 3,280 feet.
Oh God. Teeny tiny, never mind. That makes more sense. Now I understand.
A third of a kilo, yeah.
Never mind. Like that's just like down like to like the end of the street.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But if I know the like area that the guy is usually in, if I can describe him to you, maybe once we get in that area and we walk around.
That's what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is like let's combine forces, and that like once we get to a place that we feel like is hot, then we could use it. Because I feel like tell me if this is metagaming, but I have here in my notes that I know Slight Clyde.
You do.
Would it be? Can I roll some? Yeah.
I would probably tell you that like the guy that I knew was all like seemed to be a religious fanatic about the darkness and some sort of like death cult thing.
Okay.
Just help finding him. I don't know if that would be
like could I do some kind of roll to like, because I don't want to just like metagame the hell out of that. Like can I do some like
this is Slight Clyde? Yes.
Like a history check or something?
Sure.
Or
From I'll give you also for free what you remember of your interactions with Slight Clyde. It's more that he's an old man beggar looking for coin and like loves a good pastry versus ever having spoken to you about anything religious at all.
Okay, got it. So to me, I just think this is like one of the beggarmen.
Yes, like he's one of the beggarmen. He's a thief.
Got it.
He has never let it slip to you, at least, that he is working for the darkness at all, or that he is priestly. We can do a, let's do a perception check though, to see if you have ever noticed or can remember any iconography of something weird on his person.
Actually, can I like haggle actually for like, because I'm also like a thief in the city, and this is also my city.
Yeah.
And I know Slight Clyde. Can I roll something to be like, where does he hang about? Like, what's his usual route? Like, what's it? No, actually, no. That's me, because why would I even suspect it?
You wouldn't suspect him, but you would know. Because of your friendship with Slight Clyde, you would know his route, I think, or the general idea of where you think he usually hangs out.
Okay.
So in the morning,
if he's a beggar man, then that also helps us. If we know, like, if we have 2 people we can be looking for as opposed to just one, that is helpful.
Jax knows that Slight Clyde's a beggarman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Oh, okay.
that's the only beggarman that they know.
Oh, okay, cool.
So awesome. Yeah. What do I roll?
Give me a history check to see if you can suss out where he would be at this time of night.
Okay, cool. Let's find out.
You know usually where he's at during the day.
Yeah. Let's find out. Let's see.
Let's see a history check.
Pardon me, I am tired of being history. +4. It's the only thing I'm like, what's that? Oh, babe, that's like a 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
You know that a lot of the homeless people and beggars in the city do tend to sleep in the slums that Vidani is taking you towards. So he could be there. It could be. There's a decent chance that he might also be sleeping there. But like Clyde's also kind of like he likes to pretend he's a wild card, so he might be on a roof somewhere. There's a pretty good chance he's in these slums with these other people trying to stay warm.
Okay, cool, awesome.
Yeah. All right. So you guys head over to the slums of the city, which is off to the west side of the place. As you get closer, you can see small little fires are lit all throughout the slums, with people just surrounding them, trying to get as close as they can to the light and to the warmth. As you pass by them, you see that some of them have little trinkets in their hands and are showing them off to each other. Like, look, this is I got this brooch. I found it in the trash. Can you believe someone would throw something like this away? Another person has a book that they're reading to everybody from around another fire. And you can tell that here in the poorest part of the city, how they celebrate the night of long darkness is through sharing and giving of their most prized possessions to each other and their time to each other. And that is what they do. And no one's really necessarily bothering you or getting up to talk to you. There are a few glances at first because they can see that you guys are armed. But when you are not making any moves to break them up or put out their fires, they, go back to what they're doing and leave you guys alone.
So I will have on our walk over described this man to Jax, like as best I can, like in as much detail as I can, just to help if we want to use the spell. Also, I'll be looking around to just see if I recognize anyone. And you said there were fires lit, but just in case it matters, I can see normally in darkness. So just for keeping an eye out for people. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have you roll an investigation check. Jax, if you want to do the locate creature spell after this investigation check, we'll see.
Yeah, I think because technically speaking, what I've got locate object, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to locate the dress because I saw it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You're not getting any things on the dress yet.
Okay.
What did you get for investigation?
I can't use perception. It's fine.
Since you're looking for the man, but you are trying to watch. All right, you can use perception.
Thanks. 19.
Okay.
I have a -1 to investigation. Guys, I'm not very smart. My intelligence is bad.
You see across, like, there's a sort of open grassy area that is probably used as more of a park situation during the day, during normal times. There is a little bit of a larger fire, and there is a man gesticulating over it, and sort of like he seems to try to be creating like smoke things while he's telling this wild story, and like has a cloak that goes over his eyes sometimes. But you can tell that this is the guy. This is the guy who told you originally about the death cult and going into Death Swarm Embrace. And as you walk closer to him, you can hear that he is giving a sermon on the darkness, since it is the night of long darkness. And is telling everybody about how they're protected because they share all of their gifts and most prized possessions, and the heart of the darkness is not to take those possessions away from you, but to make sure that you understand what a blessing they are, and how when you share your soul with one another, when your soul is right, then when you get to Afterworld, you'll be able to reap all the rewards of the embrace of death, and saying all these things.
Right, I know. It's like, oh, if only we could tell him. So I'll point him out to people, and I guess we'll just approach, and I'll kind of try and stand like in his eye line, but I'm not gonna interrupt his sermon at the moment.
Okay. And he'll look over and see you, and you're in your mask. I assume this is how you look whenever you come into the slums.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And he'll just be like, oh, the angel of healing has graced us with her presence. Many of you who have been sick and downtrodden, I know, have been healed by this kind woman. Please come into the light. Come into the light. You have joined us for the night of long darkness.
And I'm gonna say in just his head and Jack's and Slapdash's, we're actually here looking for some information this evening.
Information we have. Now, do you need more personal counsel versus counsel in a group?
Yes, if we may speak privately.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say maybe a group might be better. Just thinking, the lady going off with the it's if you need a chaperone, you know where we are. You can holler.
Oh, perhaps the three of us could speak with you to the side, away from the fire.
The parishioners, yes, of course.
Yes.
Yes, the parishioners.
My good people of the darkness, and he addresses everybody around the bonfire. I must provide counsel to these three in this, the night of long darkness, to help their souls better prepare for anything the darkness may have for us this evening. You understand. And they're all like, yes. Antlers. And they they sort of disperse farther away so that they're not eavesdropping.
And I'll give nods to anyone that I recognize as we go past all of that.
Yes, you get a couple people who, as you pass towards the priest, sort of touch the edges of your robes reverently, or your clothing. Yeah.
Okay. So once we're alone, then I will say, we were tasked with protecting the house of Barazi, but unfortunately, his poor wife was taken. Have you heard anything about that? People perhaps seeking her?
Let me listen to the whispers of the darkness of the night and see if I can. There were whispers amongst the beggarmen, amongst those of us who embrace the darkness, that Lord Barazi was coming to a time of atonement, a time of atonement. This could be that time. This might be that atonement.
Yeah, were the whispers saying that he was choosing to atone, or that atonement was being brought upon him?
When the darkness decides it is time for your atonement,
yeah, so definitely
you don't necessarily choose your own.
Great. All right, non-consensual atoning. That's great. I just wanted to be sure. I was like, if he's having a change of heart, who are we to stop him? But then, the kidnapping does bad.
The kidnapping, because the wife has been kidnapped.
Yes.
Wife has been kidnapped. Well, it is the night of long darkness. I don't need to remind you, but for your companions, I don't know where their hearts lie. But on the night of long darkness is when we are tested the most by. And then he just gestures above and gestures below and does antlers again before closing his eyes, going, now, shh. We must all feel the silence of the darkness. The whispers are faint for me to see.
You need like an amplifier? Maybe we could like put up a tube or something to help you hear them.
You are not a religious soul, are you?
No, I'm unfortunately there's no room for that inside this.
There's no room for belief.
No, like physically. I'm just sort of full of all sorts of other things, you know.
My dear boy, what? And he like starts to touch your robes. What are you full of that there's no room in your
Rock.
heart?
He's totally gonna rob you.
Even slightest. I need you to roll a.
I'm not gonna let him touch me. The second he reaches out towards me,
Okay. Cool.
I'm doing the thing where like you gently redirect someone's hands without just like smacking them away. I'm just sort of like, no.
Perhaps if we all held hands together. And at this point, I'm gonna need you guys to all do perception checks for me.
Okay.
Real quick, okay?
Oh, that was bad.
Where the hell is it? There we go.
Can I also do an insight check on him? I want to know if he has something or if he's just.
You can, yeah. Did anybody get a 16 or above?
I got a 16 on the dot.
Excellent. Slapdash and Jax, you guys notice that a small child has started to come up to you guys, looking like they're going to try to just go through your pockets, maybe.
I kind of
swing
the kid around so is it a boy or a girl or a what?
You can't tell.
I swing the kid around.
They're young enough that they're gender neutral.
I swing the kid around into the light and I'm like, well, hello, is there something we can be helping you with? Did you want to hear the story or are you cold? You wanted to be closer to the fire. That's why you were up behind us, right? Yeah? To be closer to the fire? Because you're cold.
They just nod and like try and wiggle.
No, I think you can stay by the fire right here.
Wiggle out of your grasp to get closer to the fire. Okay.
I step closer to the fire, but I'm holding the kid.
Okay.
No offense, honestly, little one, but
do an athletics check for me.
Oh my god. Oh, great. 23. That kid's not going anywhere.
Oh, ow! You're hurting my arm. You're hurting.
No, I'm actually not. I promise.
You're hurting me. Ow! Ow! And a couple people start to hear this kid and start to look over at you like, what is
Here's the deal. I'll let go of your arm if you sit on the floor right in front of us, okay? And just hang out here. I just want to have eyes on you. It's no offense. If you do this, I'll give you a coin, okay? I would much rather give you money than have you try and take something from us and then accidentally end up hurting yourself, okay? Because I got a lot of stuff on me that really not safe. So here's your lesson.
The kid sits on the ground. The look on their face is kind of like, what do you have on you? But we'll sit on the ground in front of you.
Look, I got like 6 rowboats on me, kid. If you take a rowboat, it'll crush you.
Yes.
It's so confused.
It's not.
I got like 6 rowboats on me, kid. What you doing, right?
I want to watch. You want to. All right. I got a.
Yeah. What'd you get?
25 insight check.
You get the sense that he got distracted halfway through telling you whatever it was he was going to tell you. That whatever he's telling you, he believes fully. He's in it. He's in.
I'm gonna take his hands, and to just like look into his eyes and say, the whispers. They were telling you something about
the whispers. They aren't saying very much. They're low on the wind, but they're saying Barazi. It's time for Barazi.
Not possibly where his atonement might be taking place.
No, they did not whisper to me where his atonement. Usually atonement takes place in the soul and the heart.
All right. Go ahead.
Yes.
Is there, if I wanted to join the faithful in helping him find this atonement, do you know where I would go?
we would need to ask others of the beggarmen.
Where are they?
All around you. And he just grandly gestures to everybody in the slums.
Can
But-
you point someone out in
we
specific?
will go to a more specific person. I can
Thank you.
take you. You wish to become part of the faithful?
Sure.
Part
Why
of-
not?
Is it free? Do you take blood? What's the...
It's all that it demands is your devotion.
Oh, okay,
Darkness.
great. Then you have it. I am devoted. Where are we going?
Wonderful. And he kneels down into the edges of the ashes. And he will go to draw on each of your foreheads. Just a little ash thing. You're not about that?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I will say if I have to have ash on my head to do this, I will put the ash on my own head.
You
The
will not
darkness
be marked
favors
by the priest of the
individuality.
darkness to...
What? Sorry.
You will not allow yourself to be ushered in by a priest of the darkness?
No, the darkness that I know all about individuality and the taking on the, responsibility for oneself. How about this? You mark Vidani, then Vidani can mark me.
Perhaps you should stay and watch this child.
I'm not too stressed about this child. I'll come with you.
And he is going to lean over to you, honey, and just be like, I don't trust this one. I don't think their heart is truly here for the darkness.
Listen, sir. He's just a little peculiar. Just, it takes him a little more convincing, but he's absolutely, down for the darkness.
Can you give me a persuasion check, please?
Absolutely. Sure. Let's find out what this is.
Yeah, let's see. I need to know how hard he believes you.
I'm assuming yours is you got some bard levels, right?
So that is 30.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh. He is one who cannot be touched by others also.
Yeah.
That's touching.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't let that kid pick my pockets either. It's because of my beliefs.
He doesn't. He is. Yes. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what that means, but I'm like, yeah.
They're just nodding.
Yeah, no,
Just nodding. It's like, yeah.
I turn to both of you guys and go.
Yes.
I do it to the kid.
Your friend can mark you, or you can mark yourselves with just make sure it looks like this, all right? And he'll show you. Yeah.
I do it exactly the same.
All right, come with me. And he leads you through. He doesn't even stop to check if you're following. He just assumes, and leads you through the slums into the cemetery that adjoins this area of the city. And will take you over to one of the crypts and push in the door and usher you down into the darkness.
Oh,
Can I see anything in the crypt before we go down there? Like,
sure, you can do a quick perception check.
Can I do a quick history?
Yeah,
check?
same as well.
Yeah. Perception or history you can do.
The crypts of this town.
That's an 11, of course.
Okay. Jax, did
yeah.
you do perception
11.
or did you do history?
I did perception, that's an 11.
Perception. Okay.
Yeah.
You see within the crypt a couple of different coffins, like the big stone coffins, but nothing else very noteworthy except for a small little circular stair that leads down. That he is going to take you down. What did you get for perception?
22.
A 22. You can see more of the carvings on the coffins themselves, and they seemed to be that of two holy men. As you pass by, you can see the V's on their forehead. But besides that, the iconography is not necessarily familiar to you, but it does seem reverent. Slapdash, what'd you get on your history check?
Got a natural 1.
Hey!
Shit.
It looks old, man. This looks like an old crypt.
As we come up, I'm like, guys, I think this is maybe where they keep like dead people and stuff.
I think you're
just,
right.
Like, be on the watch out for like anything related to like maybe like dead stuff. Let me know if you need anything from my coat. I got like 12 lanterns and stuff in here.
I can see that.
Do I have night vision?
Are you a human? I thought you're part Genasi. I'm not sure.
I'm
have
full
dark
Genasi.
vision though.
I'm full Genasi.
You're full Genasi. I don't know if Genasi have dark vision off the top of my head. I think that they
do.
Might. I think they do.
Yeah.
All right, you keep looking. We'll address that in a minute if it becomes pertinent.
Nope.
If we have to worry, you look that up. We'll worry about it in a second.
I don't have it.
You don't have it. Okay. If you want to take out one of those lanterns, then, or if you have a light spell or cantrip you want to do, you can. Otherwise,
you can also just put your
dark.
We can lead you if you want for a moment.
This is probably stupid, but I haven't turned into an animal yet.
Okay.
And I kind of want to be an animal.
Yeah, wild shape. Do it.
Okay. I want to be a cougar.
Sure.
Mountain lion. Her.
I think you can do that. I feel like
D&D Beyond let me how do I? Now I'm a mountain lion.
Oh. Just pull up a stat block for a mountain lion or like a big cat.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, through the website, you can probably add it to extras creatures, but you won't be able to do it in the app.
No.
Oh, hey, I'm so smart. I've already looked Panther up.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, use those stats.
Essentially the same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think out of my inventory, 1 second, I'm probably just gonna grab like a candle or some kind of
Before I change into a
light.
cat, you want one of my coat lanterns?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a coat lantern, and then I turn into a giant cat.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Your cat also wearing the coat? Like, is it just like a really a tight
form?
Sash? Yeah.
Tailored to the cat. Yeah.
Amazing.
He leads you down the stairs. Unless we wanted to do something else up. He's down the stairs. He just was you'll follow him. If you guys are not following, let me know. You go down a winding staircase, leading to a rough-hewn tunnel that he takes you down farther into a sort of main carved-out area that looks like it has been dug into this place, not necessarily made as part of the original crypt. And there you see 2 figures who are sort of at ease around their own candle, just in the midst of sort of winding down for the night. They have concluded whatever their Night of Long Darkness business was and are just sort of relaxing here. And they are in a similar beggar priestly vestments. It's a similar thing to what the man that you've been following is wearing, but sort of in their own style of things that they've found on the street or things that have been discarded. But it is a similar color pattern, similar sort of under tunic, over robe that they could find, dark colored sash, to sort of give a note to others that they are priests of the darkness. And he comes in and he goes, "Hail and well met, brethren. I bring 3 who would like to embrace the darkness and become part of our glorious religion."
Wait, that's so funny. It's like they're like, "This is 2 guys and a cat. What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
But Donnie's also just thinking about that time that they pretended to get married for a heist and how then they ended up actually married. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I'm
Yeah.
contemplating that. Anyways.
Yeah, Jax is kind of like pretty like just thinking, well, this is about as well as, you know, talking to like a cultist can go. Excellent. We are now under the ground.
We're just, you know, maybe gonna accidentally actually end up in a cult. It's fine.
Yeah, it's kind of okay.
Can't put a cat in a cult.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cults are super easy to get out of. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so
Notoriously simple. Notoriously.
Yeah.
And now that you're getting a better look at it, you can tell that the one person who you thought was a man is a very butch woman. And she gets up and closes the book that she was reading, sets it on the table, and just turns to you all and says, "Hail and well met to you all. It is wonderful to get this on the night of long darkness. Two," and she looks at the priest, "additional members who bring with them a black cat. A large black cat, granted, maybe a gift from the darkness themselves. Perhaps
hail. I will
hail.
I will say into their heads, and yep, that's I guess.
I also go, hail.
Hail. We know. You are often out healing those of us who cannot afford to go to healers or get anything that we need. It is nice to see that you are joining the rest of us here in the good work of the darkness. And you seem familiar to me as well. You are often in the square with Slight Clyde. Yes?
Yeah. Very uncomfortable about having been watched. Like
I'm doing the classic Puma thing, like the pacing back and forth behind everyone with the tail whipping around. Just so everyone's a little on edge. You know, I just like that. I think it's
you can tell that the three priests, well, the one who led you down here, he's a little bit weirded out. The other two, nonplussed. The woman who was talking to you, she goes, I am Brigitte. It is so good to meet you all. Thank you for bringing us this, a symbol of the darkness, along with yourselves to annotate your devotion to our cause.
I'm afraid the cat is not an offering, per se, merely a companion.
Then we will not keep the cat. Cats go where they wish, notoriously. Although I would ask that you do not unleash a panther into the slums of the city, as there are sickly children, and you know, sometimes predators prey on the weak.
I roll my eyes as a cat.
The panther is well trained. He would never harm a child.
When she says that, I just kind of reach out and bite her hand, like just gently, just like.
I don't react. I just we have come seeking your counsel. We were with Barazi this evening and have heard that he has been chosen to repent, and we were hoping to find the source of this repentance.
When you say you were with Barazi, surely you do not mean you were guests of his party. Forgive me for saying, but you are not dressed as guests.
No, we were hired as eyes.
Hired as eyes. To protect Barazi? From the darkness? Who hired you to be eyes?
To watch the things that he cared for.
You are the poor souls hired to watch the egg. That silly, silly man. Please sit. And you see that there are a couple of different pillows and other chairs around the chamber if you guys want to sit down.
Yeah, sure.
Lord Barazi spends all his money trying to seem like he is this grand noble so that the king will come and give him his blessing and he will be accepted at court. Lord Barazi.
Of course, and doesn't.
Hmm?
And in such search, doesn't even notice the most valuable things right under his nose.
He does not. He does not. This is a lesson to him to teach him what is most valuable to the Lord himself. It is not the egg or his wealth. It is his lineage. It is his bloodline. So he is going to be tested to see if he is willing to sacrifice himself for the continuation of that bloodline.
And if we wanted to aid in this, are there siblings of the darkness where we might meet up with them?
There are.
So let me get this straight.
Give me. Oh yes, go for it.
So let me get this straight. In order to teach someone a lesson, you think it's a good idea to not only subject him to punishment, but his offspring, an innocent.
The offspring is in his wife, and I am sure Slight Clyde is taking very good care of her.
And okay. And what of the child who lives?
Oh, the child who lives is not of Barazi's blood, but of his wife's.
Excellent. So what if your Lord Barazi would refuse to atone and give himself up in order to save his bloodline and rather choose to save his neck?
Then the darkness will give us further instructions on what to do with his wife. But I assume we will simply take her away to go live amongst the secret monasteries of the dark, and she will most like be happier for it. I have heard that he is a terrible, terrible man.
And again, I ask, and what of the child?
The darkness has given us no instruction about the child.
So you would leave him to wander the streets of the city? Unloved, uncared for?
I don't believe Lord Barazi would kick out the child he claims is his heir. He would most likely continue to live in the estate, in the mansion. I'm sure there might be servants who love him.
You placed far too much faith in conjecture. But go on.
If the darkness were to give us a notice, a whisper, to put our people in the estates to protect the child, we would protect the child. But we of the beggarmen are subject to the whispers of the darkness. And it is not our place to insert ourselves where we have not been told to.
I see.
This is a thing, unless you feel, have you been whispered to, that you must protect this child? Perhaps the darkness has spoken to you direct.
No one speaks to me.
No one otherworldly speaks to you.
No.
Mm.
I only care for those who need caring for. And I wonder if your darkness may be misleading.
I think, and she turns to the other priest, I think these maybe are not people who desire to be as faithful as you would hope, my friend.
Well, now, come
But
on.
I understand your concern for the child. It does not always sit well with me when we do not receive orders for those less fortunate than ourselves in regards to care for our souls and our spirits.
I have been touched by darkness. And I do feel that we were placed where we were this evening in order to watch and protect this child. And part of that is to be sure of his mother's welfare. So if you don't mind my asking, where might we find, what was it, Slight Clyde?
Slight Clyde, yes.
And when I ask that question, I would like to use Detect Thoughts.
Yeah.
Assist by being intimidating behind her. When she's like, I've been touched by the darkness, I'm like,
and I would like to fire off. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm like,
yeah. And I would like to fire off locate object, trying to find the dress, like at the sort of same time.
Okay. All right, let's first bring up Detect Thoughts.
Yeah.
So roll something.
You get a saving throw. It is a it's a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving. Okay. Oh, that's a natural 1. All right. So, for the duration, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures. When you cast the spell as your action, each turn until the spell ends, you can focus your mind on any one creature. The creature you choose as 10 or 3 or blah, 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 blah. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind in that moment. As an action, you can either shift your attention to another creature's thoughts.
Oh, they only get saving throw if I probe deeper.
Oh, okay, great. So it's still a natural 1. So that you can probe deeper. So the initial thoughts that you get are images of the barn in the woods. And it's the words that you get with it are like safe house, woods near Barazi's
left
house.
to the right at the sign that looks like a monkey.
Yeah, you don't, unfortunately, we don't get directions to the safe house on surface level thoughts. But you do get what it looks like, and you do get sort of the area of the forest that it is in and which forest it is.
Okay, cool. I'm not probing deeper because if I do, they know that I'm in their brain. Cool. So I'm just going to keep it up at surface level.
Okay. That's what you asked. You are trying to be intimidating behind her. Jax, what were you doing?
I threw up a locate object.
Locate object for the dress. You do not get a ping on the dress.
Yeah.
Vidani, you asked her because you want to keep the mom safe. Can you and Jax give me persuasion checks, and then they'll be at advantage because
that's a crit.
In a panther form. That's a crit.
Yeah, it's a nat 20, so 32.
Hell yes.
I have a +1, so it's a 14.
That's with advantage?
32 is gonna be good. It's 32 plus your 14.
Yeah.
We crit on it. So Brigitte looks at you both, and something stirs in her heart, and she just Well, it is not the darkness can operate in a very black and white way. But he is not above making deals. So perhaps instead of Lord Barazi's soul, you could offer him something else, or another soul, or if you have the egg, you could offer him Lord Barazi's avarice instead. I think the egg could work if you could get the egg. Let me hold on. And she does the same gesture, like heaven to earth, and puts her hand in front of her nose, like the priest did before.
What am I getting off of her surface thoughts right now?
She is praying. She is praying and listening for whispers. Okay. So what you're getting right now is that she does not like the idea of a little kid being unloved and unwanted in his own home, because she sees that so often on the streets. So right now what you're getting, surface thoughts, is a woman who is desperate to hear something that will enable you to get his mom back, pretty much.
Okay. I don't think I can do anything with any of these. Okay. While she is praying, I'm gonna say just into Jax and Slapdash's minds. I have a general location of the safe house, but she wants to believe us. So if we can keep her on our side, I think we should.
Okay. Let's work with her then. Even though like Jax is basically furious.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, furious.
Can I answer as a cat?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can they?
Oh no, you actually can't respond to me. It's just
okay. So cool. Then I just go.
She stops praying and she just goes, the darkness will not tell me one way or another if sacrificing his avarice will be the same, will be a good enough replacement and supplication. You will have to, if you can get the egg, you will have to take it to Slight Clyde and see. This was his mission. This was his whisper from the darkness, mainly, and the rest of us received confirmation.
Of course.
But
if you can send us to him, we would be happy to discuss with him.
Yes. And she is going to give you instructions to how to get to the safe house. And I think this is a good time to take a break. So thank you guys so much for playing. Remember, you're champions, you're scholars, you have great boobs. Good night. We love you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Come gather round the fire on this the darkest night. Be sure to light your candle to keep your spirit bright. The darkness lurks in shadows deep. He'll take your treasures while you sleep. So keep the candles burning on this the darkest night. Ah, 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 ah.
I was so excited to do the betrayal thing, and I forgot that I was a people pleaser as a person. And so the minute that I saw everyone's disappointment, I was like, I regret everything.
Oh no.
Heal and grow.